Oh, Jamar Chase with the dive. Because Garrett Wilson's wide open. Garrett Wilson, touchdown Barrett. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here in the World of Juice channel, and welcome to something super exciting that I've got planned for you guys today, and probably for the foreseeable future if this goes down pretty well and you guys enjoy it. Basically, what we're going to be doing today is a Madden rebuild, but a different take on a Madden rebuild. We're not just going to be rebuilding a team on Madden 24. That's easy. We've done that. We've won countless championships with that system. We're not even going to be rebuilding a team on Madden 24 throughout like a 10-year span or a 15-year span, a 20-year span. Those have all been done. Those have all been done. We've won championships. Simple. Today we're going to do a different take on a Madden rebuild. We're not even going to be rebuilding on Madden 24 singularly. That's a hard word to say, okay? English. We are going to be rebuilding a team over a 10-year span, but we are going to be taking that team starting in Madden 15 with the 2014 rosters, the Madden 15 video game, and we're going to be going through every single game and rebuilding the same exact team all the way up until Madden 24. So a 10-year span of video games, and we're going to find out how many championships we can win. So let me run this down for you to make it a little bit more simple, just in case I didn't explain it very well right there. So basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be starting in Madden 15. We're going to be rebuilding a team. And the players that I rebuild on that first team in Madden 15 will then move on to Madden 16. That exact same team is what we will start with in Madden 16. Then we rebuild that team in that game. We try to win a championship that season. And then whatever happens, whatever team we finish with in Madden 16 will move on to Madden 17. So on, up until we get to Madden 24. You guys will understand it even more as we get into the video and you see what happens in real time. But I've seen, I don't want to take full credit for this idea because I didn't come up with it. I did see this done in FIFA. If you've ever heard of the YouTube channel Master Bucks, he does, I think his name's Jay, he does FIFA videos where he rebuilds teams from a certain FIFA game to the most current EA FIFA, whatever they call it now. So he does that on his channel, and I was watching one of those videos like, that's a really cool idea. I want to try that, but with Madden. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be rebuilding a team. Today it's going to be the Arizona Cardinals because I was thinking, what teams in the NFL have had such a disappointing 10-year span? And I thought of teams like, obviously, the Browns. You could even say the Colts. You could say, obviously, the Cardinals, the Chargers, the Jaguars, even though they had that one AFC championship run in 2017. There's a Panthers. Even they did go to the Super Bowl, but they lost it. There's a bunch of teams that you could think of that have had just horrible 10-year stretches from 2014 to 2024. So Arizona was the first one that popped in my mind other than the Browns, and I didn't want to do the Browns. So we're going to be doing the Arizona Cardinals. We're going to be rebuilding them on Madden 15, and we're going to be seeing whatever team we end up with after this season. We'll take that over to Madden 16. And we'll so on and so on. So I hope you guys going to enjoy this. Let me know teams you want to see me attempt this rebuild with in the future. I've already got a few teams in mind, but Arizona is going to be where we start out first. And also, let me know your feedback. Do you like this idea? Do you think there's any changes or improvements we can make to this series? Because obviously this is just one video, and it's just the inaugural one. Obviously there's going to be changes and improvements you can make to it. So let me know down below in the comments if you have any suggestions, ideas, for improving the series, or maybe it's already pretty good. I don't know. I haven't done it yet. So without further ado, it's time to rebuild the Arizona Cardinals from Madden 15 to Madden 24. Hope you guys going to enjoy. If you do, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's get into this rebuild. Here we are on Madden 15. Yes, this is the actual game. This is not a mod. I know I've been doing a lot of modded content recently. This is the legit game. This is Madden 15, and we are going to be starting with the Arizona Cardinals and rebuilding them from here to Madden 24. So let's first get familiar with what we're working with on this roster. Who do we have to possibly move on from and trade and all that kind of good stuff. Now, the really cool and interesting thing about a rebuild like this is we have the benefit of hindsight in terms of we know what some of these young players that may not be very highly rated in an earlier Madden when they were a young player before they had their breakout. We know what those players are going to end up turning into in higher or in later Maddens because they had their breakout, then Madden gives them a higher overall. We have the benefit of that hindsight. So this is going to be really, really interesting to see what kind of team we end up with in Madden 24 by judging by what we do here in Madden 15. So here we go. This is the roster that we are starting with. This is whatever base roster Madden 15 comes with. So we've got ourselves Patrick Peterson, who's 24 years old, Calais Campbell, Larry Fitzgerald at 31. That'll be an interesting one because Larry Fitzgerald goes on to play until, well, he doesn't retire until like 2019 or something like that, 2020. Larry Fitzgerald doesn't retire for a long time, so he's still going to be pretty consistent at the wide receiver course, so we might not have to move on from him, but also we could capitalize on some of his early value and maybe get some good stuff for him. I don't know. I haven't fully decided yet. Jared Valdir, Darnell Dockett, Darrell Washington, Dan Williams. There's some very good players on this team in terms of possible trade candidates. Quarterback is a different story. We've got a very old Carson Palmer, and we know that none of these quarterbacks behind him do anything, so we don't really want to do that. The most important thing is going to be looking for guys from the early draft classes and from that are just super young but low overalls so that we can make trades for them. So at quarterback, I think the only significant quarterback out of this draft class was Derek Carr, I'm pretty sure. So where's Derek Carr at? On the Raiders, probably. All right, Raiders, Derek Carr. Yeah, he's 23 years old, 78 overall. We know going forward that Derek Carr is going to get a massive increase in his overall to like the mid to high 80s. So in later Maddens, obviously there's better quarterbacks than Derek Carr coming up in the future. But for right now, getting a young Derek Carr to have as our quarterback for a couple of seasons before we get another quarterback, maybe that could be a good idea. If I were to ask for a trade about Derek Carr, he is 78 overall, and he's very young, so that's going to be one thing that I probably am going to have to struggle with. But do the Raiders think they're a playoff team? That's the question. Do they want? Oh, I don't want to submit this trade because it's going to say no, and this is a game where you had to like back out to see if they accepted the trade offer. It was such a stupid concept. It was a very stupid concept for how they did it. They didn't just immediately tell you that it was accepted or not. So we have pick 5. Ooh, okay. We have pick number 5 in the draft. That's really massive because we're not going to be drafting, obviously, because we're going to be going to the next game. So these picks have little to no value in terms of like actual rookie players, but we can use that value. They're projected at pick number 5. That's going to have a crazy amount of value. We can get some really, really good players out of that. They need a tight end. I'm trying to be bad right now so that in the future we can be good in later Maddens, if you get what I'm saying. So obviously we're going to try to get a lot of young players so that when we get to like Madden, I don't know, Madden 17, Madden 18, these guys are all developed into mid to high 80, maybe even 90 overall players, and we're dominating. We're winning as many Super Bowls as we can. That's the goal at least. Do they like Rob Hausler? I'll give them Rob Hausler. They need a tight end. I'll give them Rob Hausler. He's like 26 years old. And I'll throw in a 3rd-round pick in 2015. We'll submit that trade. Oh, wait. This isn't the game. They tell you right away. Okay, one of the games they don't tell you that. The Raiders are unwilling to trade Derek Carr. Okay. The Raiders are unwilling to trade Derek Carr. We don't have to get Derek Carr. I was just thinking he's the best rookie quarterback out of this class. So he was probably going to be the best option. But if they're not willing to trade him, I'm not willing to trade up too much because there's a lot of other people that I want. Let's just start getting the guys that I want to get. So let's go. Actually, we could go around the league and see some of the youngest players on each team. So if we start with the Bears, I don't think there's an all-NFL. Yeah, for some reason there's no all-NFL screen. You can't just see every NFL player, which is weird. But it's Madden 15 for you. So guys like Kyle Fuller, 22 years old, 76 overall, we know that Kyle Fuller in the future develops into a high 80 overall. So a guy like Kyle Fuller would be pretty good to get. But a guy like, I don't know, Kadeem Carey, he may be a rookie now, and 73 overall, he's not going to turn out to be anything. So if you kind of get the gist of how we're doing things, Vontez Burfict would be awesome to have, because he's young and 84 overall, but this is before he ruins his career and he's out of the league. So, interesting things. And guys like Sammy Watkins or Darqueze Dennard, they're high overall rookies, but we know their careers don't pan out. So, we'll have to keep that in mind. I would love to get a guy, I forgot Robert Woods started on the Bills. I'd love to get a guy like Stephon Gilmore, but if they're not willing, if the Raiders weren't willing to trade Derek Carr, they're not. The Bills are not going to be willing to trade Stephon Gilmore. That is for sure. So he's probably out of the question. He's just too high of an overall as a young player. Bradley Roby is very good. He's only a 69. Nice. So we'll keep Bradley Roby in mind. There's no Browns player. I mean, look at this roster. There's no Browns players that I want. Not yet, at least. The Bucks have Mike Evans, but he's slightly too high of an overall and way too young for the Bucks to let go. I'd probably have to give up both my first-round picks. Same kind of thing with Tyrann Mathieu. That doesn't mean we can't get him in the future, just probably not right now. Keenan Allen is an 80. They were thinking Keenan Allen's an 87 back then. I respect it. They were on top of things. The Chiefs, this is obviously pre-Patrick Mahomes. They have Alex Smith right now. But they don't really have anybody that I want. Number 1 overall pick, Eric Fisher. Trent Richardson's an 81. That's wild. That's wild. And it's crazy how quickly the Browns moved on from him and sent him to Indianapolis. Crazy. I mean, he's not good, but it's crazy. Cowboys have DeMarcus Lawrence. We might have to keep in mind DeMarcus Lawrence because he gets up to the 90s. Jarvis Landry. We could build a crazy good receiving core. We could build a crazy good receiving core in this first game. Wait, was that Fletcher Cox? 23. Oh, he's 84. I was hoping he'd kind of be undervalued, but he's pretty highly rated right now. Falcons, Jake Matthews, Desmond Trufant. I don't like it. 49ers. Oh, you know who's in this draft class? The 2014 draft class, obviously. Aaron Donald. So I wonder what they have Aaron Donald rated. I haven't checked. Marcus Lattimore. I love Marcus Lattimore, man. He was such a beast at South Carolina. Sucks that he had a tremendous knee injury. Odell is only a 75. I wonder if they'd be willing to trade Odell. Probably not, but it doesn't hurt to ask. Allen Robinson's a 73. I'm sure we could get Allen Robinson. The Jets really don't have anybody. Not a shocker. Lions, Kyle Van Noy. We know that Kyle Van Noy can develop. Devontae Adams is 73. This wide receiver core is going to be crazy good. David Bakhtiari's a 71. Micah Hyde's a 73. Oh my God, we can kill this rebuild. This is going to be super easy. Panthers don't really have anybody. I mean, Kuechly, but we're not going to be able to get Kuechly. Patriots don't have anybody. Not a shocker. There's Derek Carr. Khalil Mack's too highly rated. What about the Rams? Where's Aaron Donald? He was an old rookie, wasn't he? There he is. He's only a 77. The best defensive lineman of the decade is only a 77 overall. We are going to dominate this. We are absolutely going to dominate this. C.J. Mosley's a 76. That's a little doable. Maybe could be slightly difficult. I don't know. Okay. Teron Armstead's a 76. Seahawks don't really have anybody. All their highly rated players are good. Or all their young players are good. Le'Veon's probably too high to get. Shazier's not, but Shazier isn't in the league very long because of that spine injury, so maybe he's not a guy for us. I mean, Jadeveon Clowney, 93 overall rookie. Are you kidding me? But DeAndre Hopkins is a 76. This is what I'm talking about. And then the Titans have Bishop Sankey, Justin Hunter. And then we got the Vikings. who have a few interesting players, but nobody that's super crazy, I wouldn't think. All right, so we kind of got a game plan for who some of these players we want to go after are. Okay, so trade center. We're going to have to trade some of our veterans, obviously, to get some of these young players. Let's start with some of these, not the trade block. Let's start with some of these young wide receivers like Jarvis Landry. Oh, hold on. Let me just look at this Patriots team. Let me just see it. Oh, God. Oh, God. I love this Patriots team so much. Oh, God. Take me back to the good old days. Oh, God. They even had Will Smith. I forgot they had Will Smith. Rest in peace. I forgot they had Will Smith. I love this Patriots team so much. This is one of my favorite Patriots teams. One of my favorite Patriots teams. Not my favorite. That's obviously the 2007 one with Randy Moss that went undefeated until the Super Bowl. We don't talk about that. All right, let's get to the Packers first. Let's get ourselves Davante Adams. He's not going to be, I wouldn't think, too difficult. I mean, he's the fourth receiver on the team. He's not going to be that difficult to get. I don't even know what I have to give up for him. What about if I throw a receiver in on him? How about I give them... Oh, Ted Ginn. Love Ted Ginn. What about if I give them Ted Ginn? Ooh. Okay. Now we're speaking some languages here. Who else do you have that I could Oh, they have... that's right. They have Bakhtiari. Yes. If I could parlay Ted Ginn into Davante Adams and Bakhtiari... What do they say to this? This trade will put your team over the max of roster size. I'll give them something else, I guess. I'll give them left tackle, just to replace what we're giving up. I'll give them Bradley Sowell, whatever his name is. All right, submit the trade offer. The Packers are unwilling to trade the players you requested. Okay. I respect it. I can give them. Let's see. What do we have at center? We don't really have. I'll give them Ted Larson. I mean, we don't really need Ted Larson. Submit the trade. The Packers are okay. We can give them some draft picks. I'm not too stingy. I'm a little stingy, not too stingy. Although maybe I can get away with giving them another player, like Lorenzo Alexander. Lorenzo Alexander is old. They're unwilling to. Okay. Being a little stingy. We can make this work. What about a 4th round pick in 2015? You gotta say yes. The Packers are unwilling to trade the people you've requested. Okay, I get it. I didn't mean to take Ted Ginn out. These menus are going really rapid. It's hard to control. Okay, picks. I guess, what did I give them? A 4th? Did I throw in a 4th or was it a 5th? I don't remember. Okay, the 4th doesn't matter. A 3rd for Davante Adams? I mean, for the value that we'd be getting in the future... Oh, Green Bay, you're not... you don't know these guys are good yet. I'm trying to swindle you if you didn't understand it. How's that? Oh, you gotta be joking. A 2nd round pick? A 2nd round pick? Okay. I'll take David Bakhtiari out of here. Ted Ginn for Davante Adams. Let's just start easy. They're not willing to trade Davante. Yeah, I got that. What about a 4th round pick and Ted Ginn? You're getting a higher overall player. The Packers want a better... You're getting a better positional upgrade. I'm giving you Ted Ginn. I'll also give you a 5th round pick in 2016. Packers want a better positional upgrade. Fine. I won't give you Ted Ginn. I guess I was trying to be a little too cheeky there. I don't want to give them Michael Floyd because probably need Malcolm... why do I keep saying Malcolm? Michael Floyd to get DeAndre Hopkins, I would assume. I bet if I just raise the draft pick, they'll be more willing to do it. They'll forget about that they want a better positional upgrade, even though Ted Ginn is a better overall. What about if I throw in that 5th round pick as well? You get 2 picks and Ted Ginn. This is a steal for you guys. Stop saying these menus are going too quick. I can't keep up. Stop saying that you want the freaking positional upgrade. I'll give you 2 3rd round picks and Ted Ginn. Not my final offer, but it's getting pretty close. Packers want a better positional upgrade. Okay. I don't really have a better positional upgrade that I'm willing to give you. But I'm willing to give you another draft pick. This is a 2nd round pick that is picked 38. You better take this. Is that all you can say? Is that all you can say is you want to give me a better position upgrade? I don't have a better position upgrade. All I have is Ted Ginn. Okay, let's come back to Davante Adams. Let's go to the Texans and talk to DeAndre Hopkins. I will throw in Michael Floyd in this trade. He's very cheap. Texans want a better position. You gotta be kidding me. What's a better positional upgrade than an 85 overall 24-year-old? Are you kidding me? Are you high on cocaine? A second-round pick as well. I didn't mean to do that. Maybe this is going to be harder than I thought. Maybe this is going to be harder than I thought. Floyd in a first-round pick. What does the first-round pick do? This trade will cause the Cardinals to be... If I trade pick number 5 and then just throw in a random receiver... Like, what about if I throw in Jerron Brown? Why do they like that? Texans are not... You're not interested in him. You got a green light on him. What are you talking about you're not interested in him? What about a second-round pick? Are you serious? That's all it took? A second-round pick. It might even have taken a third-round pick. So a second-round pick and Jerron Brown, of all people, gets us DeAndre Hopkins. That's a good future asset to have. So now we've got to find a way to get Davante Adams. I guess in this game, the green light really matters. Or the interest light really matters. So we need to find a team, or find a player that they like. Do they like John Brown? They do. Well, this worked with the... Okay, see, the Texans were more willing to trade DeAndre Hopkins than the Packers are willing to trade Davante Adams. So what about if I give up the third? Packers want a better positional upgrade. Well, see, this is where I was going to give you freaking what's-his-face? Ted Ginn. I can give you Malcolm... why do I keep doing Malcolm? Michael Floyd. Packers are unwilling... I'm giving you a 24-year-old, 84 overall dude, and you're unwilling to trade a 73 overall? You don't know how good he is. I know how good he is. Trade offer accepted. So a third-round pick and Michael Floyd gets us Davante Adams. That was like pulling teeth. Oh, my God. But we have our 2 franchise wide receivers for the next decade. But also, we could grab Jarvis Landry. And he's probably not going to be that difficult to trade for. Dolphins, wide receiver. I mean, look at this. He's the last receiver on the team. He can't be that difficult to get. And we still have John Brown. You better not be unwilling to trade Jarvis Landry. He's the last receiver on your freaking team. I will give you a 5th-round pick plus John Brown. Dolphins want a better positional upgrade. You're not going to get a better positional upgrade. You're going to get what I give you, and you're going to like it. Dolphins want a better position. You're going to get a higher overall pick is what you're going to get, not a better position. You already have a ton of receivers. You're not getting a freaking better player. I will give you what I give you, and you will like it. I guess this could be where I give them Ted Ginn. They want Ted Ginn more than they want John Brown. They're unwilling to trade Jarvis Landry. Well, now I can probably throw in the draft picks and it'll probably go through. So what about if I give them the 5th-round pick this year? Trade offer was accepted. So Ted Ginn gets out the way. God, this old trading system is difficult to work with. But now we have 3 studly receivers on this team. We have DeAndre Hopkins, Davante Adams, and Jarvis Landry. Judging by the way how difficult it was to get these 3 guys, I doubt that it's going to be easy to get Odell. I'll give it a shot, but I doubt that it's going to be easy whatsoever to get Odell. He's probably untouchable. He is 4th on their list. I wish there was like a suggestions thing. Maybe this is where we toss in Larry Fitzgerald. Probably not, though. Let's keep this in mind. We still have our 1st-round picks, which is nice. They need a left outside linebacker. Do you want any of the 3 that I have? You don't want any of the three. Okay. They need a center. Do you want either one of my centers? They don't want either one of my centers. You need a left end. Well, I'm not going to give you Calais Campbell, but I can give you Kareem Martin. Okay, no, obvious. And then D tackle, but I have Dan Williams and Teamu. I don't want to give up Larry. Not yet, at least. Maybe down the line. I mean, we already have secured ourselves quite the receiving core for years to come. So maybe Odell is going to be off the table for right now. Maybe we can get him a little bit later. But for right now, Odell, although this is probably going to be the easiest time that we can get him because he's going to skyrocket in overall pretty soon. Let's go to running backs and see kind of the value of some of these running backs. Who do we know is going to be decent in the future? None of these guys so far. MJD with hair? I forgot he had that hair. Ray Rice. He's probably good for a little bit. Oh, I don't want to forget about Aaron Donald. Let me go back to the Rams. I don't want to forget about Aaron Donald. Let me grab myself the greatest defensive lineman of all time. Or of the past decade. Okay, so they need a center. Do you want any of my centers? I have two. You don't want either of them. Okay. I have corners. They want a corner. You want Powers, Bethel, or Legree? Ooh, okay. Now we're talking. I'll take away you. What about we just use the yellow? Unwilling to trade Aaron Donald. I understand. He's Aaron Donald, but you don't know what you have. I know what you have. Okay. This might have to be a draft pick. Oh, we already have Tyrann Mathieu. Why did I think we needed to trade for Tyrann Mathieu? We already have him. I'm an idiot. Let's go to draft picks. I still have my first round picks. Is this where we use our first round pick on Aaron Donald? It might be. It's highly valued. Trade offer was accepted. I wonder if I could have got more. I probably should have tried. But we've just secured the greatest defensive lineman of the past decade. So, yeah. I'd say that's a big old W. We need to know... Well, you can search by NFC. Oh, I'm in the trade block. I thought I was in the trade center. Okay, we need to know some other young players that we can get that are going to be easier to trade for. So what about some strong safety? I've never really looked at this. There's got to be a young, strong safety. Remember, we don't have to get everybody right now. Obviously, we probably don't want to get everybody right now because there's going to be better players coming in the future. But it's just a nice start so we don't have to worry about getting these guys down the line. And then they're better overall players. Like getting DeAndre Hopkins and Devontae Adams, in future Maddens, those guys are going to be almost impossible to trade for. So getting them now, having them on our team, it's a good start. That is a very, very good start. Takes that difficulty away. Is there a strong safety that they don't think is going to be good yet? But we know Jordan Poyer was a Cowboy? Was Jordan Poyer a Cowboy? Oh my God! I only know him on the Bills. I gotta do the Google machine. Was he a Cowboy? Jordan Poyer. He was never a Cowboy, but he was a Philadelphia Eagle and a Cleveland Brown. I do remember him on the Cleveland Browns. Now that I see that. Okay, that makes sense. I do remember on the Cleveland Browns, but I don't remember on the Cow. I don't know why he's on the Cowboys. Maybe he got signed here out of free agency or got cut by the Cowboys and signed here. But Jordan Poyer, speaking of him, I mean, it's probably not a bad idea to at least talk about him. Yikes. We have Deion Buchanan, who is a Madden sim god, but not good in real life. First off, how is that giving up? Are they interested in Tony Jefferson? How does it put us over the maximum roster size? Oh, it puts the Cowboys over the maximum roster size. Why do you have more than... What the heck are you guys doing? Why do you have more players than you need? Any quarterbacks? Oh, yikes. Kyle Orton. I forgot about you. I can never forget about you. I love Kyle Orton. Wide receivers. They have Cole Beasley. Okay. You're not interested in Tony Jefferson? Well, get interested in him. What about Justin Bethel? They are interested in Justin Bethel, but am I interested in giving him up? I don't have a lot of corners. Don't have a lot of depth. Oh, you're not interested in Justin Bethel? I like to think that you are because it says you are. We might need to get rid of John Abraham. I don't know if anybody's going to be interested in John Abraham, but we might need to get rid of him because he's old. Oh, you're unwilling to trade the players that I requested? You sure about that? Are you sure about that? I guess they are sure about that. Okay. Even for the draft picks that I was going to give you? Even for the draft picks? Now that we have Aaron Donald, we don't necessarily need Dan Williams, but I kind of want to save Dan Williams for a bigger trade. If we're going to do like a huge trade or something. You're going to be interested in this trade. I guess not. Let's start trading some of our guys. Is anybody interested in John Abraham? Probably not. But we'll go through the list and see. Lions, Packers. Come on, there's got to be somebody with at least yellow. There's got to be somebody. There's got to be somebody in this NFL that needs John Abraham's services. A Super Bowl contender that could use a veteran leadership in the locker room. Wants to give up some young assets. I guess not. So John Abraham's off the table. We're not going to be able to get anything for him. Daryl Washington is interesting. Dan Williams, Darnell Dockett. God, we have no running backs, do we? Is there anybody that's interested in Carson Palmer? I know he's old, but you got to be interested in Carson. He's a legend. I guess you don't have to be interested in Carson. I guess everybody's got their quarterback. Okay, pardon me. Pardon moi. What about if I give up Dan Williams? Oh, there we go. Some teams are interested. The Cowboys are interested. Or the Colts are interested. Not the Cowboys. Colts. What do the Colts have that I want? Andrew Luck. Reggie Wayne's old. T.Y. is interesting, but we don't need any more receivers. Not right now, at least. Gosder. Donald, Jack Mewhort. Come on, you got to have something. They don't have anything. All right, we'll move on. We'll move on to another team that may be interested in the services of Dan Williams, like the 49ers. Okay. What do the Niners have? What do the Niners have? Hopefully something for me. Vance McDonald. Forgot he was here. I only really remember him with the Steelers, obviously, but now that I see it, I can picture him in a Niners uniform. I mean, there's got to be something. You can't just be holding out on me like this. These two guys would be legendary, but only for a couple seasons. Aldon Smith is a 99 overall. God, he was good. He was so good. Why did he? Isn't he the dude that had like the bomb in the airport or something? He did something stupid like that. Eric Reed, Antoine Bethea, Jimmy Ward. Okay, the Niners have a couple safeties, but maybe Dan Williams can help us get Odell. I didn't think about that. He was if he was green interest, then for sure he probably would help us, but the Jets don't really have anything, I'm guessing. They have DeBrickashaw, but he's 30. Sheldon Richardson's a 90? Really? You're valuing him that highly? Mo Wilkerson was so good. I love Mo Wilkerson. That's coming from a Patriots fan. Ooh, Demario Davis. That is a low-key, really good option. That is a really good option. Calvin Pryor, probably not. I think that if we could package Demario Davis and something else, we'd be good. But I don't think they have anything else that I want. None of these guys develop. It'd just be a waste of an asset. CJ 2K is a little too old at this point. And then I think they got Michael Vick, but Gino's not going to be worth it. Taj Boyd certainly isn't worth it. What about if I could grab a second-round pick? Demario Davis and a second-round pick for Dan Williams? They're unwilling to trade Demario Davis. You sure about that? You sure about that? What about my left guard situation? It's Jonathan Cooper, and it's Earl Wofford and Paul Faneca. Okay. They're only yellow interest in that? You're still unwilling to trade Demario Davis. What about if you get a 4th-round pick? This would go through, but it would exceed the roster size, so we have to throw in somebody. Okay, let's redo it. Let's throw in that 2nd-round pick. Let's go get Demario Davis. And then let's throw in somebody else who's not going to be very valuable. Let's throw in... Who do we want? Who's not going to be valuable? Josh Bush would not be valuable. Taj Boyd certainly would not be. Bilal Powell is probably too valuable. Stephen Hill. I guess I gotta throw in a left guard because I'm not going to have one if this trade goes through. So give me Brian Winters and call yourself a deal. You're unwilling to trade. You just said that it was going to go through. Well, they didn't say that, but they knew. I knew what they meant. I knew what they meant. Wait, what? Oh, I took out the wrong player. 2nd-round pick. And then also, I guess I'll get the other left guard then. William Campbell. You gotta be kidding me, bro. What about if I throw in a... How much do they value the picks from next year? I don't even know. I'll throw in a 3rd. I have a 3rd from next year. You gotta be kidding me. You just gotta be. What about if I just do straight up like that? The roster size? Well, who else do you need? Who else? Who's your lowest rated player? Your lowest rated player is Ode Abushi. Give me him. I hate the trading system in this freaking game, man. It would have caused us now to... Oh, my God. Oh, my good golly. Get rid of Abushi, then. This will cause the Jets to trade... How would it do that? How would it do that? Because they already are over. I hate you. I hate you, New York. I hate you. Okay, so we're not going to do that. At least not right now, we're not. We got to find a way to trade this 5th pick because we're not going to be using it, so we got to find a huge trade, an absolutely huge trade to get this 5th pick. So who's the guy that I absolutely want? Probably Odell. That's probably the only guy that I want. Except for maybe Khalil Mack, but Khalil Mack is going to be far too difficult to get. They're unwilling to trade Khalil Mack. I bet the same thing is about Odell. Let's think of the 2014 draft class. Jadeveon Clowney is out of the... Oh, Zach Martin. Where's Zach Martin at? Cowboys. Guard. Zach Martin. 77 overall. Beautiful. Beautiful. And we could probably package in DeMarcus Lawrence as well. Get both these guys. I'll throw them Dan Williams because they need a D-tackle. Nope, that's not Dan Williams. Oh, you don't want Dan Williams? Even though they need a D-tackle? Cowboys are... Oh, my... Who's our right outside linebacker? It is John Abram. They don't want him. I'll give you 2 picks and Dan Williams, and you say you're unwilling to trade these players. I really thought that would work because they need a D-tackle. Why don't you want my highest rated D-tackle? Who would I be willing to give up? I mean, they're not going to want the kicker and the punter. I'm not going to give up Antonio Cromartie just yet. Oh, Madden 15, you're frustrating me. I'm not going to give up Calais or Patrick Peterson. That's just stupid. I'm not going to give up Larry. I guess I could give up Jared Valdir. It's not like we're trying to win games this year. They don't even want him. They don't even freaking want him. Donnell Dockett's 33. Tell me you want this trade. Come on, Jerry. I hate you. I hate you. How do you not want that guy? They are a little bit interested in Darrell Washington. I don't have anything better than that. I don't have anything better than that. I can't give up more than that. I just legit can't give up more than that. I don't want to give up Larry Fitzgerald. And they already didn't want Jared Valdir. I'm not going to give up Calais Campbell or Pat Pete, so I guess that I can't do this trade then. I thought I was going to be able to do a massive trade. Absolutely massive trade. Can I see my XP? Hold on, let me out of this. Can I make trading easier? I only have 200 XP. I probably can't. But can I make XP, or can I make trading a little easier? I don't know how to spend. How do I spend XP? I think you have to spend it in this thing, don't you? Oh wait, no, upgrade coach. Here it is. Can I make trading easier? Trade influence. Master trade negotiator 7,500. Okay, I'm gonna see if halfway through the year I can make this work. I'm going to see how much XP I can get. Because other than that, we can't really make a trade. So I'm going to simulate like halfway through the season. We're going to be bad. Maybe that'll make our pick even more valuable. And we're going to see how this works. So I'll see you guys at the midseason point. Okay, so we're halfway through the year and we are 1-6, which is perfect because that means our draft pick is probably number 1 overall, which means it's going to have slightly more value. I only have 1,200 XP. I bet if I was playing the games, actually, I'd probably get a little bit more XP. So the master trade negotiator thing is not going to be a viable option, but it's only going to... Who sucks more than us? We've only gone up 1 spot. But maybe that's enough. Maybe that's enough to get the Cowboys, because I think the Cowboys getting Zach Martin and DeMarcus Lawrence is a better value than getting Odell. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but they're still unwilling to trade. But now, are you willing to take like Darrell Washington? He's a 90. He's gone up. You're still unwilling to trade. I don't have anything else. I just don't. I don't have anything else except for Aaron. You want Dan Williams now? I guess the massive trade I was trying to get is just not going to work. Maybe I can still get Zach Martin, though. Maybe I can still somehow pull off the trade for Zach Martin, but without giving up the first overall pick or the first round pick. Maybe the second round pick will get it done. Okay, maybe it has to be the first round pick. I'd be happy with this because we know that Zach Martin's a Hall of Famer. Boom. So they just weren't willing to do the package deal. But now we got ourselves a Hall of Fame right guard. We have a Hall of Fame D tackle. We have probably 2 Hall of Fame wide receivers. I'd say year number 1 rebuild is pretty good. So I'm going to simulate to the end of the season. We'll recap what happened. We'll recap the team, how we look on the with the team, and then I'll catch you guys in Madden 15 or 16 with this same exact roster, and we'll start this all over again. So let's simulate to the end of the season and see just how bad we can be after I've torn this team apart. Okay, we wrapped up the season. We've somehow won 1 game. I still don't know how we did that. But we have figured out our roster for the first season. We are looking good for the future. That's the main thing that I wanted to do. I wanted to tear this down to the studs to make sure that we could be good for the future. So we know that Patrick Peterson's going to still be pretty good for a couple more seasons. Calais Campbell's going to be good for a while. Larry Fitzgerald's going to be good for a while. Darnell Dockett is somebody that I probably should have traded, but maybe next season if he's still on the team, we can trade him. I don't know what his overall is going to be. Darrell Washington's a hit and miss. Dan Williams, I was trying to get rid of Dan Williams. Nobody wanted him for some reason. Zach Martin's going to be huge. He's going to be like a 99 overall. Tyrann Mathieu is going to be huge because he's not going to leave. We're going to keep him. And then, who else? Aaron Donald's a Hall of Famer. He's going to be a 99. Hopkins is amazing. So I think we have made ourselves quite the team, quite the foundation of a Super Bowl winning team. Obviously, we didn't win it in this season, but we have it here in season number 2 in Madden 16, which is what we're going to right now. Yeah, I guess season 1 we finished with no championships and a 1-15 record. Let's see what we can do in Madden 16 with this roster and another year of progression. All right, we have arrived in Madden 16, and it is time to help this team even further. Remember, last game we went 1-15. Now we've got to try and turn this 1-15 team into a Super Bowl team, just not probably right now. So, with this new additions, Aaron Donald has gone up to a 94 overall. Zach Martin, 94 overall. DeAndre Hopkins, 89 overall. Okay, so we've got some good pieces. Unfortunately, it's going to take a little bit longer for Adams and Landry to catch up because that's just how their careers went. But at this point, we have ourselves again the 5th overall pick. That's going to help us out a whole lot in the whatchamacallits, the trades. So this is the 2015 rookies. What kind of running backs can we go for? Hold on, let me go by team. Let me not go into the trade center here. It's going to be a little bit too long. What kind of youngsters can we grab that we know are going to be good? Because that's going to be a big piece to the puzzle. So, is there finally an NFL thing? Why did I not have that in there? Okay, let's go by quarterbacks first. So, the youngest quarterbacks in the league. Is there anybody that can help us out here? Johnny Manziel, not going to be our guy. No, come on. There's got to be somebody. Tannehill's 27. That's shocking. Tebow, not going to be our guy. There's got to be one quarterback that we like. Is there not a single quarterback that we like? Fitzpatrick's on the Jets now. Brett Hundley, people thought he was going to be the GOAT. We could go for Cam Newton. That could be interesting. There's Derek Carr. He's an 81 now. I mean, Kirk Cousins. We know Kirk Cousins gets up to the mid to high 80s. That's not the worst option in the world. Russell Wilson's probably a little too high of an overall. There's no... it's just not good for... This era of quarterbacks just was not good. It just simply was not good. Running backs... What do we have for running backs? There's got to be a running back that we know turns into something amazing. I mean, he turns into a good player, but not... He's out of the league too quick. We can't rely on him. No, I'm not seeing anybody. I wonder... Do you think it's possible... Trevor Richardson's on the Raiders now. He was on the Colts last time. Do you think it's possible... Todd Gurley. I was going to say, do you think it's possible to get Cam Newton with with our first pick? Our first round pick, but... Le'Veon Bell's a 99. That's actually insane. Where was he at? Who was I looking at? Todd Gurley, that's right. I bet we could grab Todd Gurley, couldn't we? If we gave up one of our first overall picks. We'll keep that in mind. We'll keep that in mind. Receiving-wise, do we want to add any other receivers to the team? We already have a pretty solid receiving core with the 3 of them. So I'll just quickly go through some of these names and see if we want to add anybody to the list. Mike Evans is an 89. There's our team. Keenan Allen's an 89. We're not getting to the receiving classes that make me want to add somebody yet. Odell's a 92. Maybe we go after Odell. Maybe we go after Odell and make him Make him want to join the team. Convince him that he should join. Because there's nobody. Amari Cooper. Ooh. Amari Cooper. I forgot about Amari Cooper. He could be something for us. What about tight ends? I really wish there was just a NFL thing that I could look at. I'm not sure why there isn't. Maybe I'm just forgetting where it is in this game. I don't think there's a young tight end yet. Then we might be waiting a little bit longer on tight ends. Kelsey. I forgot about Travis Kelsey. Can we get Kelsey nowadays? Oh, or George Kittle. No, George Kittle's not in the league yet. Let me check. Is George Kittle's not in the league yet? He came in like 17, right? I'm pretty sure he came in 17. Yeah, he's not here yet. Mark Andrews isn't here yet either. He's super young. Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure. Kelsey's old. So let's go back and try to get Odell, Todd Gurley, Travis Kelsey, and maybe Cam Newton. I doubt the Cam one would happen. I doubt the other ones would happen too. But we can try. Let's start with Travis Kelsey because he's probably going to be he's the highest overall one that they have, or that we're going after. So it's most likely going to be difficult to get him. But if we give up our 2017 first round pick, they are unwilling to trade Travis Kelsey. I understand. I would be too. But this is probably where we can throw in some other pieces, right? They need a center. We have A.Q. Shipley and Ted Larson. Do you want either one of them? You don't want either one of them, okay? What about middle linebackers? We should have capitalized on Darrell Washington before. He's a 90. Or he's an 84 now. We definitely should have capitalized on him. Corner. We just don't have the corners, do we? Do you want either one of them? They want Denard, but they're unwilling to trade him. I can't give up 2 first-round picks for Travis Kelsey, even though it sounds stupid to say. I can give up a second-round pick, though. I think we might have missed our mark on Travis Kelsey. We probably should have capitalized on that last season. I forgot about Travis Kelsey. That's okay. That's okay. So we can go to the... Who's next? The Rams? Try to get Todd Gurley? They're going to be unwilling to trade for Todd Gurley. Or trade away Todd Gurley. Ooh, they're interested, but they need significantly more value. Okay. See, this is a conversation. The Chiefs were just completely unwilling to trade away Kelsey, which is understandable. He's Travis Kelsey. But Jonathan Cooper in a second-round pick next season got us Todd Gurley. So for at least a few seasons before Todd Gurley's knees completely just die, we have ourselves a running back. Now we need to go after Odell. And we kept that first-round pick. We didn't even give it the first-round pick. So we got to capitalize and get Odell before he's too valuable. Because he's going to skyrocket here pretty soon. They're unwilling to trade Odell. I figured they would be. I figured they would be unwilling to trade him. But this is where we give up Corey Peters. You're still unwilling to trade him. Okay. Who's a guy that I don't think is going to last on the team? Jared Veldier, probably. Okay. I know I'm trying to give up a second-round pick. I'm just trying to be a little stingy here. Maybe that's not smart. Maybe I should give up the first-round pick this next season. They're still unwilling to trade him. Now if I throw in Veldier? I know you don't like him, but you're still unwilling to trade Odell. I don't know if it's going to be possible to get him. What else would I be willing to give up? I mean, Washington, but I don't think they're going to be interested in Washington. A little bit, maybe that's going to help us. This will cause the Giants to exceed the salary cap. What if I take out Corey Peters? No, I think Corey Peters has to be involved. And then we'll just add somebody that's making like $1 million that they don't like. So who's making a lot of money on your team that's not expensive or that's not valuable? Jonathan Casillas, perfect. Accept. Okay, who's making money on your roster? Who's making money on your roster that you don't want? Who's making money on your roster? JT Thomas making way too much money. Unwilling to trade the players I told you it was going to work, and you said it wasn't going to work. I just took out Darryl Washington on accident. What about Sean Witherspoon as well? I think we need to find another player that they have at least some interest in. So let's go. I didn't mean to take out that first round pick. Let's give that first round pick back. What kind of player do they have interest in? I don't need Stephon Taylor anymore because I have Todd Gurley. Who do you want? Strong safeties. Deion Buchanan and Tony Jefferson. We'll try them. They don't. Oh my God, I hate that. It just goes back to the top. What about Tony Jefferson? No. Free safety. We still have Tyrann Mathieu. You want Chris Clemens or Rashad Jones? Or Johnson, I mean? You gotta want somebody. I gotta have somebody on my team that you want. What about Gerard Powers or Justin Bethel? There we go. Okay, so now we can throw back in Washington and maybe they'll accept this. Please God, I hope so. Okay, Odell's done. Odell's done. We can't get him. We're not going to be able to get him. It's just not going to be possible. With the assets that we have, and I don't want to trade any of the other guys, so the only other guy that we were trying to trade for, what's DeMarcus Lawrence now? Is he higher overall? There's Greg Hardy. DeMarcus Lawrence is only a 79, so he's gone up a little bit, but he's still not super valuable. I'll give you Corey Peters. You're unwilling to trade DeMarcus Lawrence. I understand. We've been through this last season. You don't remember me? We were been through this last game. They don't want Stephon Taylor. They want Andre Ellington. Do you want any of my? Why this game? I hate this game sometimes, man. We have David Johnson, but I don't want to give up David Johnson because he's going to turn out to be a pretty solid player. So, Darryl Washington. Who was the other guy I was going to give up? Was it Gerard Powers? I don't remember. Oh, it wasn't. It wasn't these guys. It was Corey Peters. That's who it was. But maybe it'll be Darryl Washington. Can I get something else for them? I don't know. We'll just see what happens. They're unwilling to trade him. I'll throw in Powers. Trade offer was accepted. So we end up with DeMarcus Lawrence. It just took us an extra game to get him. So that'll be nice for the future. Let me look at corners. I haven't really even focused on corners that much. What kind of corners around the league could we get? Kyle Fuller. Like I said, Gilmore's just going to be too hard to get. There's got to be a corner that just is... Turns out he has a late breakout. We know that he's good because we live in the future, but they don't know. There's got to be somebody. I'm not seeing it so far. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's not anybody. Oh, I forgot Revis goes back to the Jets to retire. Darius Slay might be the only guy that we could go after. And he's not even that low of an overall. I mean, there's Malcolm Butler. We know that he gets up to the 80s. Come on. Sherman's a 99. Man, there's nobody. Absolutely nobody. What was the team I was looking at? It was Darius Slay. That's right. How can we get Darius Slay? Probably going to be a first-round pick, I would assume. Do I have my other one, or did I trade it? I still have it. 2017 first-round pick for Darius Slay. They're unwilling to trade Darius Slay. I understand. What about if I trade them the second-round pick and then give them Alfonso Denard? The Lions want a better positional upgrade. That's true, to be fair. That time it's actually true. I'm giving them a worse positional upgrade. Do you like either one of these guys? No. I wonder if I still throw in Denard, but then I take out the second and give them a third, or I give them a fourth alongside the second. Okay, I wonder if I can make them accept this. A second and a third. Come on, come on. I know you want a better positional upgrade. It's fair. That's fair to ask. But I don't want to give you that. Oh, it might have to be a first. It might have to be a first. I'll throw the first in Denard. We'll see what happens. They still want a better position. Even with the first round pick, you still want a better positional upgrade. What about the third along with it? I'll go up as high as the second. I'm not giving you 2 first-round picks. I don't even know if they'll accept that. They didn't accept it. Okay, so Darius Slay, we're just not going to be able to get. I'm not going to give them Pat Pete. So I guess the last guy that I'm really, really interested in getting is Cam Newton. And I doubt that I could get Cam. But I'll give them 2 first-round picks and I guess whatever else they want. They're unwilling to trade Cam. I understand. I would be too. But what about if we give them Corey Reddy? I don't know if the Cam Newton trade is going to happen. It might not even be smart to do the Cam Newton trade if we're being totally honest. Oh, you know who I forgot to trade for? Was Teron Armstead. Is he still low overall? He's an 83. Do you want Gerald Valdir? He's a lot better of a player than you have. At least right now he is. And he fits our plans more than Valdir does. So second round pick gets it done. We got Teron Armstead. Okay. That's huge. That's a left tackle for a long time. That is a left tackle for a long time. I do want to retouch on the Demario Davis stuff. Is he a little bit more manageable to get now? He's an 85. He's probably even harder to get now. What can I give them? Do you want any of my middle linebackers? You don't want any of them. I have that other first-round pick. I have both the first-round picks. What about if I give that, and they need a quarterback? What about if I give them Drew Stanton? They're unwilling to trade him. What about if I give him Carson? I'll give him Carson. Oh, they couldn't even do that because his money is way too expensive. Do you want any of the running backs that I have? Ellington's a little younger. You want Andre Ellington? And a pick? Pick? It's just not going to happen. Not going to happen. What can I get with these 2 first-round picks, though? That's the big question. Because we're not going to need them, like I said before. So, if we're not going to be getting, like, a crazy player, or a crazy overall player, can I get, like, a couple decent players? I already took a look at corner. There really wasn't anybody there. What about outside linebacker? Shaq Thompson is a 66. That could be good value. Let me just do that. Let me get Shaq Thompson. He's not going to cost that much, I wouldn't think. He's a 66. So if I give them, like, 28-year-old Matt Shaughnessy. You're not interested in Matt Shaughnessy? Oh, yeah, sure you aren't. Tell me how you really feel. What about if you get Sean Witherspoon? Oh, that's going to go through. That's going to go through. What else can I get? What else can I get? What else do you have? Thomas Davis. There's Ted Ginn. Darrell Williams. Does he develop? I don't remember. Man, they don't really have anybody else that turns out to be a good player in Madden, do they? Or at least like a great player. And I'll go for Darrell Williams. Maybe that'll work. You're unwilling to trade the players I requested? Well, then just give me Shaq then. Oh, come on. What are you talking about? It's a 66 overall. There's no way you know how good he is. Just absolutely no way. Not even for a third-round pick? You got to be joshing me. Oh my God, that is way too much value for you to not accept that. How do you not take that? That's a crazy good offer. That is a crazy good offer that you're not accepting right now. There is absolutely no way that they know Shaq Thompson is going to be a good player in the NFL. So they should not be rejecting this deal. I'm not giving up a first-round pick for a 66 overall. That's just not going to happen. So it looks like we're going to have to give up a higher overall player. I thought I was giving up a good overall. But I guess a 74, or 79 even, is not something that they want. What about Corey Redding? He's a high overall at a position you need. I hate you so much. How is this even possible? 2 third-round picks plus a guy that is not ever going to be anything for you. I can guarantee you that. What about if I give them DJ Humphries? He's super young. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. We gotta do the first overall pick stuff. What are we gonna get for this? Who's out there in the league that's even attainable? Who's attainable from this pick? From these 2 picks. These are 2 projected 5 overall. There's got to be somebody in the league that wants these 2 first-round picks and will give me something of decent value. What can I get? What can I get? What can I get? What can I get? Travis Kelce. I'm back to him. Travis Kelce. And I'll give them... God, I don't have anybody else that they want, do I? It's probably not going to happen. It's probably not going to happen. I know you're unwilling to trade Kelce. Trust me, I know it. So if we can't get Kelce, who can we get? Pat McAfee? Who can we get? Who can we get? I could go for Jason Peters. He's going to be in the league for a while. Julio's a 93. Look at that. Alden Smith has gone down from a 99 to an 89. That's crazy. Odell. I'm back to Odell. You're not willing to trade me Odell for 2 first-round picks and a third-round pick? Be serious. Be so for real right now. These first-round picks have no value. What are we talking about here? No, not Glover Quinn. Darius Slay. We're back to Darius Slay. You gotta be kidding me. What? Why is it even why is there a trade suggestion in here if nobody's willing to trade these young guys? Like, come on. Give me something. Chandler Jones. We know what happens to him in the future, but he's a good player. Jamie Collins rated 89. There's Steve Smith. Where's Ray Rice at? Is he already out of league? He might already be out of league. I don't remember when he punched his girlfriend. Or kicked his girlfriend, whatever he did. Trent Williams a stud. Deshaun Jackson. Jordan Reed. I don't think Jordan Reed gets high enough overall. Cam Jordan's only an 85, but if they weren't willing to trade 86s or 84s, am I not going to be able to trade these first-round picks? I mean, are you serious? There's got to be somebody out here that is going to be worth these 2 first-round picks. I just have to I just have to find them. And the problem is I'm trying to find people that are good overalls, or that are going to be good overalls in the future. Like I could try to trade for Marcus Mariota. He's not going to last that long. That's just the fact of real life, how his career panned out. But I don't want to trade him for like a 7. Although we couldn't even get freaking 66 overall Shaq Thompson. So maybe I should trade him for something like that. Jerry Hughes. Jerry Hughes. Jerry Hughes. Jerry Hughes. Jerry Hughes gets really good. I probably way overpaid for that, but I'm tired of this old school trading system. We need to get to the other games so that I can at least have some better trading. So that's the team for Madden 16. I like it. I like it a lot. I mean, obviously these guys are going to continue to get better. That's the whole game plan, is for these guys to continue to get better. I'm still waiting on the quarterback spot, but I think you guys know kind of where I'm thinking about quarterbacks for the next couple games, so we don't have to worry about that right now. We can still rock with Carson Palmer. But we added Todd Gurley. We added Teron Armstead. We added... Who else did we add? We added Jerry Hughes. We got DeMarcus Lawrence. No offensive line help this time except for Teron Armstead. Who else did we add? We add anybody down here? I don't think we did. No, I don't think we did. That's okay. We don't need to add anybody like super low down the board. But that's the team for this season. We will simulate to the end of the year and see if we can win something. I mean, we won 1 game, and we didn't tear the team down as much as we did last game, so maybe we can win at least like 6 games. I don't know. I'll see you guys at the end of the season with the results. Okay, so we finished the season much better, 5-11. I told you that we'd probably do a little bit better because we didn't completely gut the roster like we did in the first season, but we're going to start to be seeing some improvements here like we're seeing now. And just in the actual base game, we're going to be seeing some improvements. But when we get to Madden 17, Aaron Donald's going to be amazing. So is Zach Martin. So is DeAndre Hopkins. Larry Fitzgerald's going to still be pretty good. Jerry Hughes is hopefully going to be a little bit better. Don't forget, we traded 2 first-round picks to get him. But this team, I'm going to take into Madden 17. I'm going to build the roster exactly how it is here, and then we will start Madden 17 with this exact same team and try to add a few more young pieces, including one very important quarterback. So, again, 2 seasons in, 2 games in, we haven't won any championships, but that's okay. I don't even think we've won any Rookie of the Years or anything. I guess I didn't check that the first year. Maybe I should have. Did we win any Rookies of the Year? I guess I can't see that because we're only in the playoffs, but I guess yearly awards they probably haven't figured out by now. We're not in MVP, I wouldn't think. What about Coach of the Year? 5-11, we win Coach of the Year? No, Bills win it. NFC, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Years, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, offensive line, D-line. Nah, we're not winning any awards just yet. Maybe as we get a little bit further into the games, we'll start winning awards, but I'm going to go make that team in Madden 17, and I will catch you guys at the start of that game. Okay, we have arrived at Madden 17, the first game on the PS4 that we're going to be handling today. So, we've done 2 seasons on the PS3, and now we have arrived at the PS4 era of Madden games, and as you can see, David Johnson had his breakout season in real life headed into this game, so he's now high overall than Todd Gurley. I guess that is what it is. I also forgot that we didn't need to trade for Chandler Jones last game because he's now on the Cardinals in this game. So we just got him for free. So that's awesome. We also have a young Budda Baker, so that's nice that we get to utilize. We also have Jerry Hughes, Aaron Donald's now a 96 overall. And it's also the first edition of the adjusted lineup kind of thing that we will get to know. But talking about trade... Oh, and I didn't even mention, the coach that I'm using is Jimmy Johnson. And you may be wondering why you're using Jimmy Johnson. And it's because back in Madden 13, or Madden 14... What game am I using? Madden 15 is what we started with. Back in Madden 15... they had an option where you could pick legendary coaches to start your franchise with, and I chose Jimmy Johnson for the fun, so now we got to keep it going. He's the coach the entire time now. So my Galaxy Brain type moves to get Aaron Donald, Zach Martin, DeAndre Hopkins, they're all working out because they're all super good overalls. And Jarvis Landry had his breakout season, so he's now 87 overall. So the wide receiver core is looking really, really good. But this is Madden 17. which means the 2016 rosters are involved. Now, I did say in the beginning, or before we cut to this game, that we were looking for a quarterback, a specific quarterback. That's Patrick Mahomes. He's not in the game just yet. He's 2017 NFL draft. Oh, he is. What? Is he in the game? I mean, he's obviously here. We're going to get him. We're going to go for him. I could have sworn that he was not in the game yet. Can I package Carson Palmer for both these guys? Okay, that's honestly not as bad as I would have expected it to be. They need a middle linebacker. I also realize that we probably should have... Ooh, we have Hassan Reddick too. I forgot to mention that. Hassan Reddick is on the team, so that's going to be useful. He gets pretty good. So, do you want Deion Buchanan? They do. This is probably going to be our best chance to get these two guys. So, we've got to try it now. We've got to try it. I will also give them a 2018 second-round pick. Please accept this. Trade offer declined. I mean, I can give up a 2018 first-round pick because it is Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. So, Carson Palmer, Deion Buchanan, and a first-round pick for both these two guys. And they still say no. Honestly, I thought they'd say yes. Okay. It's probably because our first-round pick this year isn't as good as it was last year. What about if I switch out Deion Buchanan for Carlos Dansby? Oh, they don't want Carlos Dansby. He is 34 at this point. Deion Buchanan's only 24. That makes a lot of sense. Trade offer accepted. So our first-round pick plus Carson Palmer and Deion Buchanan gets us Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. We're going to be so good. We are going to be so good in the future. We are going to be so good in the future. Okay, so we've got ourselves our quarterback. I need to go see if we can get George Kittle now, because he should be in here, right? He's not in here just yet. Okay, so we have to wait a little bit longer. Other wide receivers. Odell is now a 93. Do we want to add any other wide receivers to the team? Oh, I'm also on, obviously I said PS4, so I'm on my big monitor, so if you see me looking up like this, that's why. Is there any other receivers that we could add to the team that would be fun for the future? Amari Cooper. I think I missed my opportunity to get Amari Cooper. I'll try it again, but I feel like let me see what else there's. Oh, Cooper Kupp. Ah! Cooper Kupp is on the team. Welcome, everybody. Yes. Welcome him to the squad. Andre Ellington's now a receiver. They don't want Andre Ellington. I will make you want Andre Ellington. They want a left end. What do they want? Josh Morrow. I bet you want this. Oh, see? I told you. I'll give them a draft pick. I'll give them a 4th-round pick this year, and they will say yes. Trade offer accepted. Cooper Kupp is on the squad. Cooper Kupp is on the squad. Cooper Kupp is on the squad. Okay, so let me get out of this, the trade screen. Let me go to the actual roster stuff. Where is it at? It's not in here. This is just the trade stuff. Let me go to the actual roster screen, if I can find it. Is it in this? Where is it at in this game mode? I freaking forget. Why do they just not make it so easy? How do I see my roster? Do I have to actually go into like this? No, there's got to be a way to see your roster, right? Schedule, standings, options. Is it in here? No, it's how do I see my team? Is it in here? Here it is. It didn't. Why wouldn't it come up on the top thing? Okay, so let's go to. They don't have the NFL. You don't have the NFL thing in here? You kidding me? Running backs. No, let's go to offensive line. We probably need to figure out our offensive line pretty soon, don't we? So let's go around the league and see if there's a young offensive lineman that's going to be good down the line that we should probably capitalize on, because we should have traded Iapati last game because he's dropped significant. He was like a 94 in that game. I didn't realize he was going to have such a significant drop-off, so we need to look for a new left guard at some point. And that new left guard is going to be in the form of a player. Joe Tooney. Ooh, Mom. I like the Joe Tooney idea because he does get pretty decent. Joe Tooney does get pretty decent. I think we could, and he's only a 75 overall. We could probably make a decent trade for him. If I could grab myself Joe Tooney, and I'll give them, they need a middle linebacker. They need all linebackers. So I will give them, I'm not giving you Chandler Jones back. I'll give you Jarvis Jones. They're not interested in Jarvis Jones. Who would be? Not giving you Hassan Reddick. I'm not going to give you even Golden. I guess I'll give you... I mean, we might as well trade Ayupati. Should we trade Ayupati? Is he gonna... I forget how he develops in his later years. I don't remember. I simply don't remember. But there could be somebody else in the Patriots that we might want to get. Is there anybody? Gilmore. How did he drop so far? I forgot that he dropped so far. Make a better trade offer? Okay. Okay. I can make a better trade offer. Ask and you shall receive. Second round pick. Trade offer declined. But I can also feed a third round pick into your faces. And you'll say... Cha-la-la. I can give up 2 seconds, I guess. Ayupati in 2 seconds. Is that a bad idea? Probably not. But we'll see. Oh, it doesn't go through. I really thought that would go through. Oh, mother. I thought that was going to go through for sure. Absolutely for sure. What about Bergstrom? Not as bad as I thought. How do I get this to go through without giving up a first-round pick? Frosty Rucker, DeMarcus Lawrence, Kimdiche. We have Jerry Hughes. We don't need Kimdiche because he's just going to suck. And he's going to be out of the league pretty soon. I don't think we can do this without giving up a first-round pick. And I think there might be another trade for a first-round pick down the line. There's got to be somebody else that they want, right? Somebody on this roster. Do they want Marcus Golden? Okay, okay. We don't have to give up the second then. I can give up Marcus Golden. We can find another linebacker anytime. What about if I give up a fourth-round pick in 2018? Oh, that's so close. That's so very close. You can't just cut me some slack there and give it to me? All right, trade offer accepted. So the Patriots get some decent players. We get Joe Tooney and Stephon Gilmore. What about centers? We're probably going to need a center in the future, so is there a center that I want? I'm not... I mean, J.C. Tretter's fine. Ryan Kelly, does he... I don't think Ryan Kelly turns into anything great. We might have to wait on center. Yeah, I mean, oh, David Andrews, he gets like up to like an 88 overall. So we can just trade with the Patriots again. I might do that for right now. We'll trade with, we'll go for David Andrews. We'll trade A.Q. Shipley, our starting center. They should take this because he's just simply better overall. I guess they're not going to take that. Okay. Honestly, I thought that was going to go through. So, I guess I can give up a third-round pick for David Andrews. That gets very close. I'll give up a fourth-round pick in 2018. Please accept this because I don't have anything else. Okay, thank you. So, we come away with David Andrews. That'll be a good pick in the future. Who else do I want to go for? Oh, I want to see... Do the Steelers have TJ Watt yet? What would he play? He is here. TJ Watt's here. We got to get TJ Watt. Got to get him. And this could be where I use my other first-round pick. They need a wide receiver. Do I have a wide receiver I want to give up? Not really. I want to keep all these guys. I mean, Larry Fitzgerald's still 90 overall. Okay, so we don't have a wide receiver that I can give up. I already gave up Marcus Golden. I'm not going to give him... I can give him Carlos Dansby. That's not really going to do much, is it? Yeah, that's not going to do much. This is definitely going to be where we give up the first-round pick that I have. I hope it does something. It gets us very close. And then I guess I have to give up the second-round pick to get... But we're getting TJ Watt. Yeah. We're getting TJ... It's going to work out for us in the end. And then I guess the last thing is looking for a middle linebacker because I just traded away my middle linebacker. So is there a middle linebacker that's going to be good in the future? Demario Davis has returned to, or has gone to the Cleveland Browns. This is going to be my guy. He's not a middle linebacker. He's going to be an outside linebacker for at least right now. We could probably get him. He hasn't become very good yet. So we can probably snag him. And the Browns need a quarterback. And I can give them Blaine Gabbert. boom. It was so difficult to get him in the previous ones, but now it's easy to get him. Okay, so I think that's going to be all the trades that we're going to be able to do because we simply don't have the draft picks anymore. We used all our draft picks to get everybody. So we have Patrick Mahomes. Our wide receiver core looks amazing. The offensive line in a couple of years is going to look really, really good. We have Travis Kelce now, which is going to be big for the future, obviously, for obvious reasons. And then middle linebacker, Hassan Reddick, I guess, is going to start at middle linebacker for this season. No. Hassan Reddick's going to start at left outside. We're going to have Davis start there, Reddick start there. Matthew will start at safety, so will Bethea. And then we will have Gilmore start at corner with Peterson and DeMarcus Lawrence. Oh, yes. Okay, this team is going to be very, very good. This team is going to be, I don't think it's going to be a championship team, but it could be a playoff team for the first time. So I'm going to simulate to the end of the season, and we will see if we make the playoffs for the first time in this rebuild. We wrap up the season. We go 7-9, and I don't think we made the playoffs because we don't have a game to play, but that's okay. That is all right because we're still getting better. And obviously, we had Patrick Mahomes at quarterback this year, and he's not very good just yet. He'll get better. Trust me. It's just called a hunch. He'll get a little bit better. So I guess we could take a look at the awards for, where do I see that in this game? Is it stats? Here it is. Okay. So let's take a look at the awards, see if we were going to win anything this year. Coach of the year? I mean, I would give myself coach of the year. I'm giving myself quite the team. No offense or defense player of the year, no rookies of the year, quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers. Do we have anybody even in contention for wide receiver? Jarvis Landry. O-line, I'm sure Zach Martin will get that eventually. D-line, linebacker, corner, kicker. Okay, so we don't win any awards yet. We're still skunked on all trophies, but that's okay because Patrick Mahomes had 4,200 yards and 36 touchdowns. I'll take that. I'll take that any day of the week. So now that we have finished 3 games, we are going to go to Madden, what is it, Madden 18 next? Yeah, Madden 18 next, and start with this team that we've built. I mean, I feel like we're starting to get into the good stuff now. We've got ourselves quite the team, and we're only going to get better and better. So Madden 18 is up next, and we're going to see the progression of our quarterback. We're going to see the progression of everybody, basically, because that's how I've designed it. And we're going to still sign, hopefully, or trade for some good players, and maybe in Madden 18 we can make the playoffs for the first time. But I will see you guys in that game. Okay, so I was loading up Madden 18, and I had to reinstall it on my PS4 because obviously I didn't have it downloaded. I already had it deleted for a long time. And unfortunately, when I loaded it up, it's saying that everything is locked and everything is installing. So I don't know if it's still not fully ready to be played, or if it's, when I checked for the update, it said it was up to date. So I don't know if it's because it's an EA server issue because the servers have been down for a long time now, or if it'll work in the future. But as of right now, I don't really think it's gonna work, and I don't have the time to wait. So I guess we're just gonna have to skip to Madden 19 because everything's locked here. Even the players or the managed players and stuff is all locked. So I'll keep an eye on it in the future, but for this video, we're gonna have to skip the game because everything's locked. And maybe it'll stay locked. If you guys have any ideas in the comment section, that'll help me out. I'll certainly take those on board. But for right now, I think we're gonna have to skip, and I'll see you guys in Madden 18. Hopefully, or Madden 19. Hopefully that one works. Okay, so unfortunately, Madden 19 is not ready to go yet either. I recently just re-downloaded these, and I forgot that these older Madden games, you needed to install them like this. So that's on me for the first part of this. So we're going to have to skip this one because I don't really feel like waiting. It's taken a long time just to get up from 44 to 45%. Now it's up to 46. So yeah, we're going to be skipping this one for this episode, but by the next time I do this, it will be ready to go. And hopefully Madden 18 will be ready to go too. But yeah, I'm not going to wait this long. I don't want to wait. So yeah, we're going to go to Madden 20 and then we're going to move on. So I know it's kind of scuffed at this point, but I didn't do my research. I didn't prepare as well as I probably should have. So that's on me. But yeah, it's taken a long time to install, and by next time it'll be ready to go. At least this one. Well, I have no idea about Madden 18, but at least this one will be ready to go. So I'll see you guys in Madden 20, and we'll go from there. Hopefully. I hope this goes well, because I've already sunk a long. This is one of the longest recordings I've ever done. Okay, so I know this is a little bit of a big jump, but we have made it to Madden 20, and it actually did load and worked. So I've got the roster. It's a big leap from where we just were with all these low overall guys to now here. I understand that, but this is the team we've built so far. We've got Patrick Mahomes, Todd Gurley, and David Johnson, DeAndre Hopkins, Cooper Kupp, Larry Fitzgerald, Devontae Adams, and Jarvis Landry on the team. Travis Kelce is here. Zach Martin, David Andrews, Joe Thuney, and Teron Armstead are the offensive line, which looks really, really good. And then on defense, we've got Demario Davis, Hassan Reddick, Tyrann Mathieu still here, Budda Baker. I brought Tyrann Mathieu back at this point. Budda Baker's getting good. TJ Watt's down here, not super high overall. Also T-Sizzle, Terrell Suggs. But Aaron Donald, DeMarcus Lawrence, Pat Pete, Stephon Gilmore. We've got the guys that we are accustomed to. So I brought them back, and now we can get into the episode. We can get into the portion of the video where we actually need to help this team even further. So our draft picks are back to what they were in the earlier parts of this episode, back to the higher picks. So we don't need a quarterback. We don't need a running back. We don't even need receivers. We don't need a tight end. We don't need a right tackle. The offensive line is pretty much good. I mean, maybe we could upgrade Marcus Gilbert. I guess let's take a look around the league, see what right tackles are here that are decently young and still high overall or something. I didn't mean to do that. DeMar Dotson, Mitchell Schwartz, Braden Smith. We could do Braden Smith because we know Braden Smith develops very well in the upcoming games. So Braden Smith might be our best option. Marcus Cannon, Trent Brown. Orlando Brown gets decently high overall. Ryan Ramczyk might be the best option. Yeah, I think Ryan Ramczyk might be. He's just going to be consistently that high of an overall. So we're going to try to do this here. And did it submit it? There we go. Okay, so it didn't work, but at least it did submit it. I need to stop hitting that button. So we might have to toss in a couple draft picks here. I don't know how valuable they're going to think Ryan Ramczyk is. Okay, even a first-round pick that's valued at pick number 5 is not going to get the job done by itself. Okay, so 2 top picks and Marcus Gilbert's not going to get the job done for Ramczyk. So I guess I overvalued how much they like Ryan Ramczyk. So let's go away from the offensive line, because the offensive line is still pretty good. We could look at D tackle, since they don't classify Aaron Donald as a D tackle. We could look at D tackle and see if there's anybody that we might want to try and get that we know is going to be pretty solid. Vita Vea. Ooh, okay, we'll come back to Vita Vea. He could be really, really good. Who else? Is there anybody? Christian Wilkins. I think that might be the guy. Christian Wilkins has a crazy development. I'm going for Christian Wilkins. This is a snatch up right here. We're gonna grab him with a 3rd round pick, hopefully. Trade declined. I'll give up 2 3rd-round picks and a player, probably. They need a right end. Do we have a right end I'm willing to give up? Zach Allen. They need a quarterback, too. I don't have a quarterback, unfortunately. I don't have a center. I don't have a left guard, I don't think. Do I? I have J.R. Sweezy. You want J.R. Sweezy? Trade offer accepted. Perfect. So that's a trade for the future, getting Christian Wilkins. So now that we have our D tackle, what other positions do we need? We don't need safety. Budda Baker will develop. I could see another corner. I could add another corner. Chandler Jones, Demario Davis is good at linebacker. Middle linebacker is good for right now. And then obviously we have Suggs and TJ Watt. What about if I trade Terrell Suggs for a better middle linebacker right off the bat? Because we're not going to need Terrell Suggs. He's just going to retire pretty soon. And maybe this is his last year. I don't even remember. What kind of middle linebacker fits the team? Who's going to be developing? See, we could have had 78 overall Shaq Thompson if they would have just given me him at 66 overall. We would have had him by now. Let's see. Who's going to develop? Who's going to develop? I don't know if there is a middle linebacker that's going to develop. I mean, maybe Devin White. He gets into the 80s. I know that. Jalen Smith already high overall. Let's go for Devin White. That'll be a nice future pickup. Will they take this straight up? No, Terrell Suggs is too old. But I'll give them a draft pick, a 4th-round pick in back-to-back seasons. And you should accept this. Oh, no, they don't. Okay, I'll give a 2. I'll give a 2 for Devin White. I'm not opposed to doing that. Okay, maybe Devin White's a little too much. Maybe Devin White's a little too expensive. I don't really want to give up more than that. Maybe they value this 2 more than they value the other one. Let's try that. Because this is actually this year's pick, so I mean they do value it more, but it's not going to work. What about corner? Corner's really the last thing that we're going to need. Is there another young corner that we could bring to this squad? Chidobe Awuzie. Stop hitting that button. Chidobe Awuzie, I like that option. That's a really smart one. Who else? AJ Bouye's got up to an 88. Maybe it would have been smart to trade for him. Jair. Jair's going to be a 97, I think, at some point. So I would trade a 1st-round pick for Jair. Probably not this year's first. Maybe next year's. Wow, okay. They don't like it. What about if I give them this year's first? Ooh, wow, okay. They really value Jair Alexander. This might be the only trade we can make. So I'm willing to give up all the stuff that I have. And it seems like they don't really even care. They do not really even care. 2 first-round picks for Jair. Really? 2 first-round picks for Jair doesn't even get it close? I guess I underestimated it. I mean, maybe they want Brooks Reed? No. How do I get Jair? How do I get him? I could give you Corey Peters, I guess. Oh, that gets it close, but I don't really know how we do this. Because we're not going to be bad enough to where our draft picks are going to get worse, where we could trade at like the deadline or something. So they're only going to get better as we go forward because we have such a good team. Or they're going to get worse, I mean. So how do I make this work? I guess we don't have to get Jair Alexander, but it's just going to be like we're at the point where it's the easiest to be able to get him. I could give them David Johnson, I guess. Okay, that doesn't do it. Maybe it would be smarter to give them Todd Gurley, but Todd Gurley's a 97. He's so good. He's so good, I don't want to give him up. But I just don't have any other assets that I'd be willing to give them that they want. I mean, maybe DJ Swearinger, but does that really even do anything for you? No, that took it down lower than what David Johnson did. So who's the guy that I'd be willing to give up? Is it time to give up Pat Pete? I mean, maybe. But I think he's still going to be good for a couple seasons. But we know Jair is going to be really, really good. They didn't even accept it, so I guess it doesn't even matter. I guess it doesn't even matter. What about if I do 2 guys that they actually really like? Because I had Pat Pete in there. We have the 1st-round pick. And then who was the other guy that I was... Oh, it's Corey Peters. What about the 1st-round pick plus those 2 guys? Man. How do I get this to work? I guess the only way that I get it to work is if we trade for a top pick. Like a higher pick than pick 5. So who has like pick 3? Or pick 4, I guess. You think I can do my swindle method? Pick 4 is held by the Bills. So if I go and trade my pick for their pick, trade decline. That's okay because I have stuff that they want. I can give them 2 4s. Okay, maybe not. How about I give them Corey Peters? Trade offer accepted. I wonder if that would have went through. Nah, it probably wouldn't have went through. All right, so now we have pick number 4, but I could probably trade up to pick number 3. Not pick number 5. That'd be real bad if I traded that. Oh no, I think the game glitched. I gotta go back out. I forgot that these older games did that. Okay, so we gotta trade pick number 4 for pick number 3. I think a team here had it. Yeah, the Bengals actually have it. And they need a D tackle, but I don't have one anymore. But I do have Terrell Suggs. Terrell Suggs got it done. Okay. So now we have pick number 3. I could try pick number 3. That could work. I guess we'll see if the Packers value that more than they value pick number 5. And it's not like I'm asking for Jair nowadays. He's only an 84. So we throw pick 3 in there. I mean, that's not really that much, is it? But then we have to give up Patrick Peterson. And I got rid of my other first-round pick, didn't I? Or do I still have it? I still have it. Come on, I got to be able to pull off the Jair trade. It didn't really even do that much difference, did it? Who's got pick number 2 then? Who's got pick 2? Pick 2 is held by the team. Pick 1 is held by the Dolphins. So I might try to do this. Although I don't really have any more assets to give them, do I? Yeah, everybody that I have is super young and super bad. So I guess I could give them Brooks Reed. Okay, we have the number 1 overall pick. Somehow I've managed to do that. Somehow I've managed to get the number 1 overall pick in the draft. That's awesome. So we're going to use the number 1 overall pick in the draft to hopefully swindle our way to Jair Alexander. Because this is going to be really, really good for the future. That's what I'm thinking. Number 1 overall pick. That's not even really that much value. Are you kidding me? What about if I throw in the pick next year? It's still in the red. That's not a good sign. That is not a good sign because I don't think Patrick Peterson is going to bring that much value where they take this offer. It's still in the yellow. Why is it so difficult to trade for Jair Alexander? I got the number 1 overall pick. What do they not want? Or what else do they want out of this? Maybe they don't want next year picks. Maybe they want this year picks. What about if I give them the 1st overall pick and a 2nd round pick? No, that didn't really do much. Okay, so Jair is probably off the table, even though he'd probably be really, really good for us. But I tried everything. I literally got the number 1 overall pick. I couldn't do anything. I could not do anything with it. So, is there any other corner that we could add to this team that maybe I wouldn't have to trade? Maybe I wouldn't have to trade Patrick Peterson. Denzel Ward. No, it looks like all these corners are going to be, all the good corners at least, are going to be not worth just 1 overall pick, or the 1st overall pick. Maybe we go for Chidobe Awuzie because we know he's going to be good, or Xavier Howard. Xavier Howard gets pretty high overall. So I guess I'll do this. Wow. What is with the value of these picks? There's like no value in the 1st overall pick. 2 first-round picks and a 2nd-round pick for the Xavier Howard at 84 overall. Okay, something's bugged. Something's bugged because that's not real life. That's just simply not real life. But whatever. I guess I can't trade those picks. So we're gonna have the team that we have for this season. We are gonna have the team that we have for this season. Obviously, we're gonna be pretty good because we have amazing offense. We have a 92 offense and we have a 92 defense. So we're gonna be pretty amazing. I just wish we could have added Jair Alexander. Maybe next season we can add him. I don't know. But we'll see how we do this year. I'll simulate to the end of the season. Hopefully this can be our first playoff berth. All right, so I told you we were going to be good this season, and it feels kind of weird that we took such a big jump, but that'll be changed the next time I do this, hopefully at least. So we go 15-1 this year with the team that we have. I'm not super shocked, but I am because of, like I said, the big jump that we took. Mahomes had a pretty good year. Did we win any awards? Not freaking weekly awards. Did we win any yearly awards? No, Cam's going to win MVP. Mahomes finishes 4th. Coach of the Year. Hey, that's one award. All right, our first ever award is Coach of the Year. And then NFC, Mahomes finishes second Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, no. Rookies of the Year, could have had Devin White. We get quarterback, that's 2 awards. Running back, that's 3 awards with Gurley. 4 with Zach Martin. Aaron Donald's 5. Okay, we're starting to get some big boy awards now. 5 awards this season. All 5 of the awards so far have been awards, like individual awards. We don't have a championship just yet. Are we going to get one here in the playoffs? Taking on the Eagles in the divisional round. Are we going to move on? We win. We play in the NFC Championship. We were obviously the 1 seed because we were 15-1. So we play in the NFC Championship against the Green Bay Packers. They are only 10-6. This should be a cakewalk, but it is Madden. And these older games like to screw you, but we actually made it across to the Super Bowl for the first time ever. This would be a little bit more impactful and feel a little bit more deserved, I guess, if we didn't skip from Madden 17 to Madden 20. But it is what it is. I couldn't do anything about it. But we're playing in the Super Bowl. Playing in the Super Bowl, and since we are playing in the Super Bowl, I will jump in and we'll get some gameplay. So let's do it. Steelers, Cardinals, this could be our first championship of this extremely long video. Here we are in the Super Bowl, playing against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They lead 3-0. We take the lead 7-3 with a touchdown. Mahomes had 40 touchdowns and 9 interceptions this season. I don't know if I didn't think I mentioned that previously, but that's a pretty good season from Patrick Mahomes. Obviously, this is the Mahomes after he's already won his first Super Bowl in 2019 against the Niners. We lead 21-10 fourth quarter. Next time we go on offense here, we'll jump down. Okay, here we go. Let's jump in and get some gameplay. Obviously, we knew this day would come because of the work we did in the early versions of Madden, the earlier games, because we got DeAndre Hopkins, we got Devontae Adams, Travis Kelce, all these guys when they were young and not as good as they are now, and now we're abusing how good they are because that was the whole point. And it looks like I've reached my file limit. I don't know what that means, but hopefully that doesn't affect too much. Let's see if we can score a touchdown. We're not going to be on the PS4 too much longer, so I hope that doesn't matter too much. David Johnson's the running back in here, I think, for some reason. So we'll go slants, fast, Landry, touchdown. That's going to be ball game, and another file limit has been reached. What does it say? To create more, please first delete existing files and customize share. I don't know. Whatever that is, I'll do it off camera. Continue next moment. Let's get ourselves a championship here. Our first one. Steelers actually put up another touchdown, but we're taking all their timeouts away. 31-17. Man, the Steelers are pretty good. No wonder they got to the Super Bowl. But we do it for the first time in this video. We have got ourselves a championship. So 6 awards have been won in this one season. That's pretty impressive. That is pretty impressive that we got 6 things done. And I'm assuming that this is just the beginning of what is going to inevitably be a dynasty because of the players that we've put together. Oh, and I don't know if you noticed, but I had to turn off the salary cap because the guys that we were trading for, costed way too much money. Like, we needed to trade for Zach Martin, DeMarcus Lawrence. All these guys cost way too much money, so I had to turn off the salary cap for that, and I'll probably do that going forward so that it doesn't really matter. Because for some reason, Madden makes it so that you have to keep in mind the salary cap when you're doing trading in the main menu, like in the base roster game, for some reason, which is super stupid. Like, why does the salary matter in that? You should be able to create whatever crazy roster you want to create with whatever players you want to create, no matter the money. But that's how they work. So I had to go and turn off the salary cap to be able to make the team that I had made before, because now all of our good players are super expensive. And Mahomes is going to get even more expensive as we go forward too, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get him. But we'll have him. We'll have him for the next few episodes, or for the next few videos. No, I did not enjoy my last game. Get out of here. All right, so we've got our championship, our first Super Bowl, but our 6th award. So I'm super happy about that. Now we got to load up Madden 21 and try to defend our championship. But we're only going to get better because we've got the development of Patrick Mahomes even more. We've got the development of all of our guys. Christian Wilkins is going to continue to get better. That's going to be a big brain one in the future. Like Madden 23, Madden 24 is going to be a real big brain one. So we've got ourselves our championship. We've got 6 awards. Let's go and build this team in Madden 21 and then redo it again See if we can defend our championship. Okay, I've set up the team. Here we are. The offense is as dominant as it's ever been, and the defense is looking very, very all right. So we need to work on running back, and we need to work on right tackle on the offense. In this portion, we can probably find a couple people that will work for that. As far as everything else goes, we need probably another middle linebacker too, and we need a D tackle. I'm gonna make Christian Wilkins a D tackle. He's been moved to right end for this game, but we're gonna move him a D tackle. He just fits that better, and he fits what our position needs better at D tackle. So we're gonna make him a D tackle, and then we are going to figure out what we need. So we've got Gilmore, we've got Peterson, and we got Byron Murphy. So another corner would be good, and it looks like we're gonna make Tyrann Mathieu a free safety instead of a strong safety, so Budda Baker can play strong safety. Then with all those positional changes made, we will look even better on defense. Okay, so we need a running back, a right tackle, and a middle linebacker and another corner. So 4 things we need to get done in this portion. We have some trades that can work. Let's go around the league and look for right tackles. That's the one that we probably need the most. So let's look around the league for right tackles. What's going to be the right tackle? I mean, I think the obvious one's Tristan Wirfs. The obvious one is Tristan Wirfs. Now, how do we get Tristan Wirfs is the big question. I don't have, obviously, Kyler Murray because I traded him to get Patrick Mahomes. Let's see. What do we have that they would want? I have Zach Allen. That's probably not going to get the job done. We have a lot of outside linebackers now because everybody's positions have been moved around. Do you want Devon Kennard? I feel like I've already traded him before, though. I don't remember. Sometimes I get confused on who I trade and who I don't trade. I think this might have to be draft picks. I'll give a first and a second for Tristan Wirfs. We have to come away with him. Getting Tristan Wirfs is the most important thing, I think. A first-round pick this year, plus what? What else can we give them? What else can I give them? I don't really have anything, do I? I don't even have a fullback. No running backs that they would even want. Maybe this isn't going to be possible. They might value Tristan Wirfs a little bit too much, but he's going to be. This is going to be probably the easiest point in his career that we can trade for him because he's just going to get better and better. He's one of the best left tackle or right tackles in all of football nowadays. Even 2 first-round picks straight up don't get him, plus a second-round pick. I mean, that's not even out of the red yet. That's not even out of the red yet. Tristan Wirfs, I think, is off the table. It's just we don't have anything to get him. We don't have enough to get him. Braden Smith wouldn't be bad because he develops into a high 80s player, I'm pretty sure. Orlando Brown also does the same. Ramchick is probably similar difficulty. Brian O'Neill. Okay. How about, let's just test the waters with a 3rd-round pick. How are they feeling for Brian O'Neill in that? Oh, okay. So Brian O'Neill's done. Right tackle is good for right now. Maybe I can parlay that in a couple years, Brian O'Neill for Tristan Wirfs. I don't know. But now we need to look for probably a running back. So what kind of running back can we add to this team? Who's not super valuable, but will become valuable in the end? Who is that guy? There's Todd Gurley. I thought about adding him to the team, and I probably should now that I think about it. But he's not going to play, so what does it matter? Saquon could be really cool. McCaffrey's going to be way too hard to get. We need to get McCaffrey when he's a rookie, probably. Or somebody like that when they're a rookie. Derrick Henry is going to be way too hard to get because this is like prime Derrick Henry. So I think the Austin Eckler is an option. I wonder how hard he'd be to get. I'm not 100% sure. I guess we could try. Or we could go for a guy like Jonathan Taylor. I think this is probably the smartest move because it's not going to cost as much as it would be to get somebody else. A 3rd round pick. Okay, maybe that's lowballing a little bit too much. What about a 2nd round pick? Now we're speaking some languages. I can give a 2nd round pick this year. That entices them a little bit more. I'd give up a 1st round pick for Jonathan Taylor. I probably would. There we go. 1st round pick straight up for Jonathan Taylor. Now we have our future running back. We don't have to worry about that. Let's go for a middle linebacker, another middle linebacker. Who's a middle linebacker that's going to develop? Fred Warner, but he's already a 92. He's probably super hard to get. He's already a 92. How about our 1st round pick this year? I mean, that gets it really close. If we could end up with Fred Warner, I would be super happy. Wow, that's really close. Okay, what about if I give a 4th round pick in 2022? Oh, that's so good. That's so good. We got Fred Warner now. We've got Fred Warner, and then the only other position would be corner. The only other position would be an extra corner. So who's a young corner that's going to turn into something amazing in the future? There's Jair. I wanted him. See, he went up from an 84 to a 94. That's why I wanted to get him. And now we don't have any 1st round picks to offer because I traded him to get, what's his face? Who's going to be a corner that's going to turn into something amazing? There's got to be somebody. Got to be somebody that I'm not thinking of right now. Who am I not thinking of? Jamel Dean, or Sean Murphy Bunting, or Carlton Davis. Either one, any one of those guys turn into a pretty decent player. L'Jarius Sneed. That's probably the angle we have to go with. There's X-Man. We tried to get him before. AJ Terrell. Oh, there it is. AJ Terrell. I forgot AJ Terrell is a low overall at this point. That's the go-to. So how do we pull this off, though? Because I don't really have anything else to give up. I gave up all my draft picks, I'm pretty sure. I have a 2 and a 3 next year. Is that good enough to get AJ Terrell? It's not even close. How do I get AJ Terrell? I guess I could give up Chase Edmonds. Don't really want Chase Edmonds. No, I can give up Kenyon Drake. I feel like that would go through if I had a higher pick than the second and third that I have. Okay, so we don't really have any wide receivers I'm willing to give up right now. No tight ends, no tackles, no guards. We don't even have like a good backup I could give them. No defensive linemen. Maybe Zach Allen. Do they like Zach Allen? Maybe he has some value. Come on, I want AJ Terrell for the future. I'm not willing to give up. Maybe I'd be willing to give up Chandler Jones, but not in this deal. I probably wouldn't be willing to give him up in this deal. I'd be willing to give up Devon Kennard, though. I don't think that's going to matter if I'm willing to give him up or not. I don't want to give up Murphy. Jalen Thompson's super good still. And Isaiah Simmons might be the highest value Isaiah Simmons is ever going to have. And he still doesn't get it that much. Jalen Thompson. Man, I don't think AJ Terrell is going to be possible with the value that I have. So we're going to have to look somewhere else. We're going to have to look somewhere else. Who's that guy then? Who's that jumping out the sky? R-E-Y Mysterio. Jeff Okudah turns into a decent 80 overall player. Maybe he's a guy that we could add to the team. Because I'm not really seeing anybody else that turns into an amazing player. Not that I'm seeing right here. None of these corners. I mean, I guess Jalen Johnson turns into something, but isn't he going to be the same kind of value that AJ Terrell had? Although the Bears want Kenyon Drake. So straight up, Kenyon Drake for Jalen Johnson. Well, that works. It helps that they actually wanted the player. So now we add Jalen Johnson to the cornerback room. I probably would want one more guy. And I got to trade Isaiah Simmons. He's not going to have this high a value ever again because he doesn't actually develop in Madden or develop in real life, you could say. So is there a way that I could parlay him into a safety and a corner? Probably not, but we'll try. Derwin James? No, I just wanted to test it. You never know. There's got to be a safety and a corner that I can turn this into. Jabril Peppers, Marcus May, Adrian Amos. Oh, Duggar. Kyle Duggar. That's perfect. And then if we get a corner, I guess they don't really have any corners that I would want, do they? Man, okay. So that's not going to be an option. But what about if I could turn him into, I guess, just Kyle Duggar? Oh, they have Cam Newton. I forgot this is the year they got Cam. No receivers, no tight ends. I've already taken the offensive lineman that oh, Michael Onwenu. Can I turn this into both of these guys? I might be able to. What about if I give the second and the third? Okay, I maybe gave up a little bit too much, but I got the guys that I wanted. We now have a pretty good team, even better than I would say than the team that just won the Super Bowl last year. So our team now is Jonathan Taylor as a rookie. We've obviously got Patrick Mahomes. We've got Hopkins, Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams, and Jarvis Landry, still with Larry Fitzgerald on the team. This is probably his last year, I would assume. Offensive line looks better now that we have Brian O'Neill there. We still have Kelsey. Then on defense, we have Demario Davis and Fred Warner. That one's going to be huge in a couple of years. Chandler Jones, I probably should trade Chandler Jones now to get something good for him because he's only going to get worse because he's getting older. But we have TJ Watt, we have Tyrann Mathieu, we have great safeties. We add another corner in Jalen Johnson. Defensive line's going to get better as we go forward. It's just the Chandler Jones thing. Should we keep Chandler Jones for this season and then trade him next year? Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll do that. I'll simulate the season, see how we do. I'm hoping that we're as good as we were last year. I mean, we went 15-1 last year, won 6 awards, including a championship. Let's see if we can add to that total with this simulation. Okay, so we finished up the season. We went 14-2, which is not as good as we went last year, 15-1, but still, obviously, it's amazing. We were the best team in the NFC by a long shot, I'm assuming. Mahomes had 4,300 yards and 49 touchdowns, as you would expect. Maybe he took home an MVP. He did. Patrick Mahomes gets an MVP, which is our 7th award of the video. Coach of the Year is not us, actually. Browns coach Kevin Stefanski gets it. Okay, whatever, dog. NFC, number 8, Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, we don't win. Neither is Offensive Rookie of the Year. You thought maybe Jonathan Taylor would get it, but he doesn't. Number 9 is Best Quarterback. Number 10 is Zach Martin at Best Offensive Lineman. Number 11 is DeMarcus Lawrence. Okay, we're starting. TJ Watt finished 2nd in linebacker. And Fred Warner was right there too. So we've got 10 awards now. That's awesome. And now all we got to do is see if we can get that 11th award, which is a Super Bowl championship number 2 in the video back to back, would be awesome. We play the 49ers, we beat them. We take on the Packers in the NFC title game. Didn't we just take on the Packers last year in the NFC title game? That's pretty funny. I think the Packers were who we played in the last game in the NFC title game in Madden 19, whatever it was. Madden 20, I mean. We beat the Packers. We're playing the Titans. So we played the Steelers in last year in the Madden 20. And now we play the Titans this year. Okay. So we have a chance to win our 2nd Super Bowl and award number 11 in total. I think we can do that. Let's go play the 10-6 Tennessee Titans and see if we can defend our championship. Here we are in the Super Bowl against the Tennessee Titans. We lead 7-0, 10-0 now. I think my team is a little bit too overpowered, but that's never been a problem for Madden. Madden usually likes to make it a little bit more difficult even with a strong team. We'll see that as we go into the more recent Maddens like Madden 23, Madden 24. 10-7, we put up a field goal, 13-7. I don't really want the Titans to get a touchdown, and they do, but the offense gets a touchdown. Come on, defense. Our defense is not that bad. Tennessee does not have an offense. They should not be moving the football down the field on us in the Super Bowl, but we get another touchdown. That's huge, and we get the ball back, I think. 25-20. Titans are using their timeouts. I think that's going to be ball game. And they want us to kick a field goal here. And it's over. We have done it. Back-to-back Super Bowl champions. Madden 20, Madden 21. The games are now complete with us winning championships. I knew the dynasty would come. This is why we did the work in the earlier video, or in the earlier parts of the video. Getting Patrick Mahomes, getting DeAndre Hopkins, Devontae Adams, getting Travis Kelce, TJ Watt, all these guys, Aaron Donald, all these guys we knew obviously would develop into what they are in real life, and that would come back in Madden and that would help us out. So that's why we did the legwork. And can we just take a moment to look how weird Mike Vrabel looked in that one? Mahomes gets back-to-back Super Bowl MVPs, no surprise there. He's got a lot to work with. And now we've added Jonathan Taylor, who's a rookie, and Jonathan Taylor's going to keep getting better and better. So we're on track for quite the next couple games. That is for sure. We are only going to get better and better, and we've got a great offensive line. Although the offensive line is going to get a little bit older, although Zach Martin's still amazing. So we are going to have to think about the offensive line, but we do have Brian O'Neill now. That's another young piece on the offensive line, so that's something to keep in mind. But we will go to Madden 22 now, I think, right? Yeah, Madden 22 now is next up as we auto-upgrade these. And we're going to have to think about Stephon Gilmore. He's going to get older. He's already 29. He's going to stay decently high overall for right now, but he is going to get a little bit older as we move forward, obviously, as everyone is. So we are going to have to think about maybe replacing him. But, I mean, this team looks so good. So I'm going to go and build this team in Madden 22, and then we will pick up right there to start trading and building this team even further for the next episode. Or not for the next episode, for the next season is what I wanted to say. You know what I mean. It's a long video. Okay, so we are here on the final Madden of the PS4 era. The next two, the final two, will be on the PS5. And we are here with our team. It is Madden 22, Patrick Mahomes, 97 overall, 93 for Jonathan Taylor. That's looking to be a very good trade piece, as I guess I would have known. Wide receivers are looking good. No more Larry Fitzgerald. A little sad, but wide receivers are still looking amazing. Offensive line is looking really, really good as well. We still got Travis Kelce, who's going to be amazing for us for the rest of this video. Fred Warner is going to be an amazing signing, trade for us, and so is obviously TJ Watt. We are going to probably have to move on from Chandler Jones at some point because he's just going to get worse. So we are going to have to move on from him. We do have Stephon Gilmore, who we also probably will have to move on from. We do have Pat Pete. I brought Pat Pete back. And, funny enough, we have J.J. Watt now. So, we have both the Watt brothers on the same team. Because J.J. Watt ends his career with the Cardinals, if you were not aware. So, I don't even know if there's any trades we have to make. We're still pretty good. Like I said, we probably could do with getting younger at corner, because Stephon Gilmore is getting a little bit up there in age, and he's going to start to slowly become worse and worse. Not like bad by any means, but he's going to start to get worse. So maybe it would be a good idea to get some younger corners, and we're starting to get into the time period where there's really good young rookie corners in the league, like Trayvon Diggs and stuff like that. So, and PS2, so we can turn that into hopefully a couple good young corners. I just don't know. Is there a team that has two young corners that I would want? I guess we'll find out as we go forward. There's Trayvon Diggs. There's Xavier Howard. Darius Slay. AJ Terrell's an 87 now. I wish I would have got him. I tried my best. They wouldn't take it. I didn't have enough assets. I didn't have enough assets to trade him. I don't think that there's going to be a specific team that has two corners that I want. It's just not going to play that way. Not a lot of teams have two amazing corners on their team that are both decently young. That's just not how NFL teams work. Or it's not how it plays out sometimes. So it's looking like we might not be able to trade one corner in what's-his-face? Stephon Gilmore for other, like, multiple corners, but we might be able to get Patrick Surtain. I wonder if I can just do it for draft picks. Unfortunately, our draft picks are not very low in the draft. Or high in the draft, I guess. A first-round pick doesn't do the work, but what about a second-round pick this year? No, okay, what about if I give a first-round pick this year? I'm going to try to do my best to not give up crazy assets. But I wonder if this will work. Probably not. I mean, it gets into the yellow. I wonder if a second-round pick is needed. I'm assuming 2 first-round picks could probably get the job done. But I'm trying to not give up 2 first-round picks. Maybe 2 second-round picks and a first-round pick. This is a lot, but it's Patrick Surtain. We know he's going to get better. 2 first-round picks probably does do the job, but I don't really want to give up 2 first-round picks. Maybe I can give up a player that'll help out. I mean, we have Budda Baker, we have Kyle Duggar. Kyle Duggar's not going to get good until a little bit later. Jalen Thompson, I mean, we don't really need Jalen Thompson, do we? Maybe we do. I don't know. Maybe this could be the Chandler Jones trade. And then we have Demario Davis, but then we don't really have any depth. I was going to say we have Demario Davis play defensive line, but we don't really have the tackle to play. I guess we can move Aaron Donald back to tackle and then have J.J. Watt and DeMarcus Long. I mean, that's possible. Let me trade Chandler Jones here. What about if I just give up? Oh, this could go through. I just want to make sure that I'm getting everything I need to get out of it. So, what else can I possibly get, if anything? Do the Broncos have another player that I want? They don't have another receiver because Jerry Jeudy really doesn't turn into anything, does he? Garrett Bowles, Dalton Reisner. Garrett Bowles is intriguing. Draymond Jones. Man, this Bronco team doesn't really have a lot, do they? Bradley Chubb, but does Bradley Chubb really become anything? Not really. He's like a mid-80 overall player. I guess I could throw Jerry Jeudy in there. Chandler Jones for Surtain and Jeudy. Trade offer accepted. I wonder if I could have got more. Maybe even a draft pick. Okay, so we get PS2. That's another corner that's amazing on the team. So we know that Jalen Johnson's going to be good. Byron Murphy's Byron Murphy. And PS2 is amazing. Peterson's going to continue to get worse. How do we get more young corners? How do we manage to get more young corners out of this? We could possibly flip for Denzel Ward. That would be interesting. Maybe we trade Gilmore for Ward. Trade offer accepted. Wow, I didn't think that would go straight up. Okay, so we get a lot younger at the cornerback position, getting PS2 and Denzel Ward. That'll help us out for the future, but I would also like to get maybe one other corner. I don't know if we're going to be able to or not. I mean, we have the draft picks to be able to, so it's not like that's the question. But maybe we should also focus on getting a young outside linebacker to replace what we just gave up in Chandler Jones. And Micah Parsons is that guy. Now, I doubt that we have what it takes to get him, but I will give up everything I have. 2 first-round picks and a second-round pick for Micah Parsons. That's my best offer, and I can't get him. I didn't think I was going to be able to, but I had to try. I had to absolutely try. And he even becomes a defensive end anyway. Dre Greenlaw, on the other hand, does get pretty good. I wonder what I'd have to give up to get Dre Greenlaw. Maybe a 3rd-round pick? How about a 2nd-round pick from next year? So I can try and be as stingy as possible. How about a 2nd-round pick from next year and a 3rd-round pick from this year? Trade offer accepted. Beautiful. Dre Greenlaw on the team. Welcome to the squad. Now, how... Going back to the cornerback spot, because we've pretty much figured out everything we need to figure out, right? I mean, I guess I could go for another D tackle. Is there another young D tackle around the league? That wouldn't be super difficult to get. Who's going to develop? Maybe Derek Brown. We go back for Derek Brown, but does he really turn into like an amazing player? Vita Vea is probably too difficult. Chris Jones is far too difficult. Grover Stewart and them are too difficult. Yeah, I think the D tackle, for what I'd be willing to give up, I don't think there's another guy. What about just straight up defensive linemen, like left ends or anything? Brian Burns is going to be too difficult. Max Crosby. I didn't think about Max Crosby. We probably should have got him earlier. I didn't think about him. What about a first-round pick? Come on, Raiders. Do me a solid. They are going to do me a solid. Getting Max Crosby is going to be elite. A third-round pick, too? Third-round pick gets it done. So a first-round pick. We've given up one of our first-round picks, but that's okay. We still have one left. I don't think I'm going to be able to get anybody too crazy with it, but wide receiver-wise, I want to talk about Jamar Chase. Where's Jamar Chase at? Can Jamar Chase be our guy? I'll give a 2 and a 1. That's significantly declined, I understand. But I'd be willing to give you Jarvis Landry to replace it. Okay, that's not going to do it. Jamar Chase is probably out of the question for what I have to offer, but what about Justin Jefferson? He's a 90. So he's probably even more out of the question. Oh, he's not actually. Justin Jefferson is feasible because they actually want Jarvis Landry for some reason. But what do I give up? I can't. They don't want a second-round pick. It's not going to get the job done. I don't want Jarvis anymore. Maybe I could flip Jerry Jeudy. What about if I give up Jeudy in the second? Is it going to be the same kind of deal as with Jarvis? It's a little bit higher because Judy's like lower overall, or younger, I mean, but it's not really gonna do anything. So who else could I give the Vikings to make this deal go through? Who could I give the Vikings to make this deal go through? I could probably give them, maybe they want Zaven Collins. He is very young. No, that didn't really do much. I guess the only other thing I could do is trade my number 19 pick for a little bit higher of a pick. That's the only other thing I can think of. I guess we can try that, because getting Justin Jefferson would be amazing. So let's try to trade up with our first round pick next year. Maybe because it is next year, that's going to be a little easier to trade for, or trade up. They have 28. The Bears have pick number 1. The Bengals have pick number 8. The Bills have pick 26. Broncos have pick 11. Pick 18 from the Browns would be a little bit easier, but I'm looking for something like the 15 to 17 range probably. Chiefs, Colts have 23. Cowboys have 22. Dolphins have 14. All right, now we're getting a little closer. Eagles have 5. Falcons have 15. Okay, here we go. Let's start with 15. See if we can make a trade up. It shouldn't be too difficult because it's next year picks, so they don't value them as crazy. I'll give a 4 and a 5 next year. Trade offer accepted. Okay, so we switched to pick number 15. Now, is that enough value along with the guys that we have? Because I have the second round pick, I have pick 15, and then Jarvis Landry. Is that going to be enough to get Justin Jefferson? I don't think it will be, but I mean, it doesn't hurt to try, does it? Justin Jefferson, come to the Arizona Cardinals. Please. Please, 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 please. Trade declined. I think it's because... Wait, is it because the pick didn't load? I'll try it again, because the pick kind of got glitched like Madden usually works. That's usually how it happens. So, let me go back to this. Put this in the trade thing again. All right, draft picks. Second round pick, first round pick, and then Jarvis. for Justin Jefferson. Please work. Please work. Please work. Oh, it gets so close. It gets so close. Maybe if we go up a little bit higher. Maybe to like pick 12. Who has pick 12? Do the Vikings have pick 12? No. The Titans have pick 12? Texans, they have pick 2. Seahawks have pick 24. Saints, pick 20. What did the Steelers have? 25. Ravens, 31. Raiders have 6. Rams have not a first-round pick. Patriots, 16. That's not the right direction. Panthers have pick 12. Okay, pick 12. I feel like pick 12 would go through with Justin Jefferson. We need to give them something in return. What do they want? I mean, I don't really have a whole lot, do I? I gave up everything to get that other first-round pick. Oh, luckily it worked. So now we have pick 12. Okay, so we have pick number 12. This is probably my last offer because I don't really have enough assets to trade back up higher than what we go right now. So pick number 12 is probably my final offer, but that might go through because it was very close with pick 15. So if we can trade our second-round pick this year, there it is, our first-round pick this year or next year, which is pick 12 now, and then Jarvis Landry, who we just don't need anymore, is going to continue to get worse. For a young receiver that's one of the best receivers in the league right now, I'll take it. Please go through. Please go through. Please go through. Trade offer accepted. Oh, we got Justin Jefferson. Okay, so we just made this team even better. We just made this team even better. Getting Justin Jefferson is huge. Getting Justin Jefferson is huge. Let's take a look at the lineup, see how good we are, and hopefully we can dominate once again. Hopefully we can dominate once again. Let's go with generate the best lineup. And bada bing, bada boom. Oh, man, this team looks good. Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, Cooper Kupp, Justin Jefferson, and Jerry Jeudy's down there too. With Mahomes and Taylor, the offensive line's looking amazing. Defensively, we look really, really good. We got amazing players here. Crosby and J.J. Watt are behind people. I mean, we added 2 good corners in PS2 and Denzel Ward. I mean, this team, how does it get better? How does it actually get better? The only way it does get better is if we use a playbook that is overpowered, which I'm thinking Kansas City, simply because we have Mahomes and Kelsey. So let's go Kansas City. Let's just go crazy. Let's use Dallas probably. Yeah, Dallas's defense, Kansas City's offense, and let's just dominate the league. Go undefeated. I will simulate the season, and I will catch you guys when we're done. We wrap up the simulation. We finished 14-3, so not the undefeated season that I may have expected, but still unbelievably good regardless. Mahomes ends up with 5,000 passing yards, and he had himself 53 touchdowns as well. It seems like the playbook really helped out, which is why I did it. So we win MVP again. That's back-to-back MVPs. That's number 12 on the awards. Number 13, we get Coach of the Year. Number 14, Offensive Player of the Year. We almost got 15 with Defensive Player of the Year. TJ Watt finished second. Number 15 is Best Quarterback. Number 16 is Best Offensive Line. 17 is Best Kicker. Look at that, Matt Prater. So we get 17 awards so far. Can we get number 18 with another Super Bowl, third straight? That would be awesome. That would be absolutely awesome. We take on the Packers, who I think the past 2 games we've played in the NFC title game, not the divisional round. But we're taking on the Packers, and we beat them. Okay. So now we take on the Cowboys in the NFC Championship for a trip to our third straight Super Bowl. Is it going to be possible? Is it going to be possible to win this third straight Super Bowl? We got to get through the Dallas Cowboys, who are a very good team. What's going to happen? What is going to happen? We get bumped by the Dallas Cowboys. That is the most Madden 22 thing I've ever seen in my entire life. The 14-3 Cardinals, I almost said Chiefs because we have Mahomes and Kelsey. The 14-3 Cardinals lose in the divisional round of the NFC Championship, against the Dallas Cowboys. So we finish with 17 trophies. We finished the PS4 cycle with 17 trophies. We couldn't get that third Super Bowl, which is a little bit upsetting. Oh, that's annoying. We'll simulate to see who wins the Super Bowl. I guess it doesn't really matter, but we'll simulate to see who wins it just for the fun. It's going to be given to the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys are pretty overpowered in these newer Maddens, which is kind of annoying, but that's what you got to do. I mean, we have a 99 offense, 97 defense, and 97 overall. We lose to the Dallas Cowboys. Whatever. We move to the PS5 era with Madden 23. I will go and build this exact team and get ready for the final 2 video games that we have in this video. All right, we are on the home stretch. I know this has probably been the longest video I've ever made, and trust me, it's been even longer than what you guys have seen just recording it, but we are here. It is Madden 23. One more video or one more game to go after this one, and we have put together the team. Davante Adams, Cooper Kupp, DeAndre Hopkins, Justin Jefferson, Jerry Jeudy. It's the same team you expect to see. I don't really think we're going to make any drastic moves. I mean, look at this defense. Look at this linebacking core. This is a crazy... I forgot to add Aaron Donald. Hold on. I'll go get him real quick. Okay, so I added Aaron Donald. That was a mistake on my part. I thought that I added him, but I forgot. So here we are. This is pretty much the team that we're going to have going into the final episode, the final game in Madden 24. I don't think I'm going to be making that many trades because all of our guys are young or still super good even though they're old. Like, I mean, Patrick Peterson had a resurgence, so he's back up to an 85 overall. We've got ourselves Aaron Donald, who's still a 99. I think he's still a 99, or at least a 98 in Madden 24. Christian Wilkins is only going to get better. TJ Watt's going to get better. Fred Warner's going to get better. Max Crosby's going to get better. Tyrann Mathieu is the one that I'm a little bit concerned about. But, I mean, we have Budda Baker and Kyle Duggar. I'm also concerned about Budda Baker, but I don't know. Our corners could be a little bit shaky. We'll have to address that in Madden 24 probably. But the rest of the team is pretty much good to go for the entirety of the final 2 simulations. So I like the offensive line. Maybe we have to address the center position. David Andrews is fine, but he's probably a little bit too low of an overall. But I don't think I'm going to make any trades for this one. I think I'm going to let it ride with the team that we have and just let the simulation take its course. So I will see you guys at the end of the season, hopefully with a first-round bye. So like I expected, we did get the number 1 seed. We didn't go undefeated, which was something we have not done yet. We did go 15-1 in one season, but we did not go undefeated just yet. This year, we go 15-2, which is still very, very good. And let's take a look at these numbers. So Mahomes didn't get 5,000 yards like he did last time, but he does get 4,900 with 51 touchdowns. So I'm assuming that could be a third straight MVP, and it is. Number 18 on the list. Coach of the Year is not us. Wow, okay. NFC, we've got ourselves Defensive Player of the Year, number 19, DeMarcus Lawrence. What about any other awards? Number 20 is Best Quarterback. Anyone else? Zach Martin, number 21. Number 22 for DeMarcus Lawrence. And then that is it. So we finish up Madden 23 with 22 awards in total. How many Super Bowls are we going to get? Well, we got to get there again. We only have 2 Super Bowls so far, which is actually kind of crazy. But only 2 Super Bowls. We do beat the 49ers, so that's something. Now we play the Eagles in the NFC title game. Last year we lost to the Cowboys in the NFC title game. Will we get back to the Super Bowl? That is a big question. Will we get back to the bowl? We will. We play the Miami Dolphins of all teams. And we have officially surpassed 99s across the board as an overall. We are 99s across the board, which is the goal of, well, one of the goals that I wanted to achieve in this weird rebuild. We are officially 99s across the board, and now we got to go see if we can win our 3rd Super Bowl of the video. All right, here we are in the Super Bowl, trying to take on the Miami Dolphins to win our 3rd one. We take a 7-7 game now. Dolphins offense is pretty high-powered at this point. They have Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Tua, all the people you recognize. But they are a year younger. So maybe we can capitalize on that. I mean, we have 99s across the board. I would hope we'd be able to dominate. 21-17 into the third quarter. 28-17 now. The Dolphins get a touchdown or get a field goal back. It's 28-20. We don't put up a field goal, but we get a turnover or something. It's 35-20 now. I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. 35-20. Come on, boys. Get it done. Get it done. 42-20. We're going to win our third Super Bowl in number... Oh, I lost track now. How many awards do we have now? I didn't mean to jump in. Oh, no. How many awards do we have now? Why did I forget how many awards? We get our third Super Bowl. I know that. I just forgot how many awards we had. Is it 20? Is it 27? Are we... I forgot how many awards we... I just talked about it before we jumped into the Super Bowl. How did I forget it already? How did I forget it already? How many was it? Was it 22? 20? 21? I don't know. I'll see it when I'm editing, I guess. I'll hear it. I forget. I don't know how I forgot, but I forgot. I know for a fact that it's the third Super Bowl, so that's at least something. That is at least something. Oh, man. It's been a long recording session. It has been the longest single recording session that I've ever done in my entire history of this channel. I can only imagine how long the video is going to be. I hope you guys enjoy it. But yeah, and we still got one more game to go, so it's not done just yet. It is not done just yet. But we get 3 championships and however many awards I've won. I forget now, man. I hate myself. I forget. But I'm going to go and build this team for one final time in Madden 24, and we will see if we can win our 4th Super Bowl. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. It is finally time. We can end this rebuild, hopefully with our 4th championship. We have put together the team for one final time here in 2024, well, Madden 24, and it's finally time to dominate this rebuild. We've got one simulation to take care of. I'm not going to probably do any trading at this point because I don't think the team needs it, really. I think we're pretty much good to go. So I'm going to simulate the season, and we're going to see how this team does in the final simulation. So in the final simulation, we still somehow can't go undefeated. We are 16-1, though, so I guess that's it's probably good enough for this. Mahomes, 4,600 yards, 48 touchdowns. Any yearly awards to add to it, I don't know the number. But I do know that we get one more with Jimmy Johnson. You'll see it updated at somewhere in the screen, but I don't personally know as of recording this. We didn't get MVP because Dak takes it from us. We do get Offensive Player of the Year. We get Defensive Player of the Year with Max Crosby. We get Best Quarterback with Mahomes, Best Running Back with Taylor, Best Offensive Line with Zach Martin, Best Defensive Lineman with Max Crosby. Okay, so we got ourselves quite the awards for this season as well. So whatever the updated total is, you'll see it on the screen. But now it's time to find out if we're going to get a chance to win our 4th Super Bowl or not. Let's get this done and dusted. Are we going to find out? And God, that's the most Madden anticlimactic thing I've ever seen in my life. A 16-1 football team loses in the first round to the Niners. Absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely. So we win 3 championships. We win however many awards in total are on the screen that you can see. I'd say this was a pretty successful rebuild from Madden 15 to Madden 24. We got quite the team. So if you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Like I said, I have no idea how long this video is going to be. This is the most extensive recording I've ever done. I've never gone over 3 hours, and I've recorded for 5.5 hours, nonstop. Like, I haven't taken any breaks, nothing like that. I've recorded nonstop for 5.5 hours to get this video done for you, so I have no idea how this is going to be. I'm assuming it's going to be over 2.5 hours long, maybe 3 hours long. Who knows? I hope you guys enjoy it. It's going to be crazy. This is the final team. if you want to see me do this again, let me know. I probably won't do it as often as I may have once thought because of how long it took. Obviously, 5.5 hours. I don't have 5.5 hours to take every single time I want to record this video. So, yeah, it's going to take a while for each video to come out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this first one. Like I said before, I will try to make sure that the PS4 games are all up to date and loaded and ready to go so that we don't have to skip from... and I just thought about that. I didn't even do Madden 19 or Madden 18, so that would have been even longer. That's crazy. This is gonna be a long video. This is gonna be a long video. But if I do this again, it won't be for a while, maybe, depending on what happens. And hopefully those two games will be included as well. But that's the Madden rebuild from Madden 15 to Madden 24. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, at least appreciate the work that I put into it. So, if you did enjoy it, though, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watch. I truly appreciate it. And if you're still around at this point in the video, then you're the real ones right there. That's crazy. I probably wouldn't even still be around if I was watching it. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.